Hello and welcome to another SkaredCast battle report, apocalyptic scale. Today, the Necrons face the Eldari forces in a confrontation of epic proportions. The Imperium has dug too deep and too long and has awakened the world spirit, whereas the Dark Eldar and Eldar, sensing their ancient enemy, have come out to stem the tide of the Legion of the Dead.
The Dark King.
Hello and welcome to another SkaredCast battle report of apocalyptic proportions. Today, John
The Kron.
the Kron, John the Kron himself, has brought Tyranids,
Cheeky.
has brought Necrons to the fight, and we're playing 300 bow level apiece.
Fear me.
I am very excited. You have 100 Necron warriors in your army.
I have 100 Necron warriors with 15 immortals, so there's 115 light foot slog and infantry.
And you brought your monoliths,
And a monolith.
which are actually good in Apocalypse. And Citan, which are crazy good in Apocalypse.
all the star gods.
I love it. I hope you guys enjoy this action-packed game, but before we ramble on, let's take a look at the armies, the table, and let's get to rolling some dice. And here we have the table. We're going to play mission 1 of the apocalyptic apocalypse game, which is basically 24 inches in between us. We're going to set objectives, deploy, get down to it, and it's all about who can control more objectives at the end of every game turn. Because it is a 5-turn game, you play until one person gets completely wiped out, or you play and best of 3, because it's up to 5 points. So basically you can play 3 turns, 4 points, it's just best of 3 points, and that's what we're gonna do. And here we have 300 power level of Drukhari ready for the apocalypse. This is very similar to the first apocalyptic army that I built, so you can watch the game in the link down below. However, I did some tweaks just to kind of be more efficient with the power level and where I was spending it. As also, I got the new card asset deck, which gave me 100 additional cards, and it included some cool cards for Cabal of the Black Heart, like Vect, yeah.
Oh no.
So I had to add in another battalion with Black Heart, so Archon Skari is now Black Heart. So I do have a battalion of Poison Tongue, that's 4 Venoms and 3 units Cabalite Warriors, an Archon and an Urgle in the battalion as well. Then I have a Cabal of the Black Heart battalion with Archon Skari himself, his Slith, his faithful companion bodyguard, and another Urgle. 3 units of Cabalite Warriors. 1, however, is a 10-man with a Dark Lance, in a Raider, and 2 Venoms. Then these units, I have a support detachment of 1 flyer, because you can. 1 flyer, it's Flayed Skull, the same as the heavy detachment of 3 Ravagers. They are Flayed Skull as well. This one, the more painted one, is the commander. I have a Supreme Command detachment with my faithful Revenant Titan. Yeah. And I've kind of switched a little bit. I have the Fire Center Jet Bike, a Spirit Seer, and a Warlock instead of the Fire Dragons and the Wave Serpent. And I was able to put in a lot by taking that stuff out. I modified my battalion of Cult of Strife, still led by Lilith Hesprax in her Raider. And I have 3 units of 20 Witches. And I made some cool little movement trays out of cardboard until I buy the actual movement trays, so I can be faster when I'm deploying and moving them. And last but not least, the Prophets of Flesh Battalion. These guys are awesome, led by Urien Rakath himself. 6 Talos that then become individual units. 1 Kronos, 1 Raider, 2 units of 3 Grotesques, 2 units of 10 Racks, and 1 unit of 5 Racks. And that is 300 power level. That's 6,000 points worth of army. And I highly recommend you get these little cards. They're one-off releases, so if you can snag some, make sure you do. But I have, like, instead of having my cool written down cards, I have actual cards now, which is super fun. And my 30 deck that I have built with a whole bunch of shenanigans ready for the game. Now let's take a look at John's Necrons. And their number was Legion. John, take it away. You brought some Necrons.
Today we have an inaugural century.
Ooh, a century. Look at that.
We have 100 warriors on the table. We have two separate detachments. We have one with 40 warriors, 10 immortals, a 5 immortal, a lord, a cryptek with a chronometron, his catacomb command barge, and the monolith to tap it off. They will be Mefrit, and they are accompanied with a deceiver.
Ooh, very nice.
Then we have a pure 60 glistening warriors with their lord, their cryptek, and their catacomb command barge. And to back them up, we have a nice Mefrit monolith behind them as well. To round them out, we have a Novok detachment with a Destroyer Lord, a Cryptek, 2 squads of 3 Destroyers, with a heavy in each, the Nightbringer, a Transcendent Satan, and 6 Wraiths.
Ouchies, okay.
Star Gods all over.
And
we have a super heavy detachment. My beautiful, beautiful Tesseract Vault. The first time I'm putting it on the table against Skari.
Yeah.
With Anrakir the Traveler, Caesaris the Illuminor, a Lord, and 10 Lich Guard to keep them safe.
So this is a Supreme Command detachment. And it's using the, so that's why you have the 3 HQs there.
Yes.
Nice.
And then we have our Outrider detachment with an Overlord. And 3 squads of 6 Scarabs. They are Nephvrek. Skin of shining gold.
And they can also blow up too, which is really fun.
They can also blow up too.
And that is 300 power level. Let's take a look at the table in the mission. We are playing Mission 1, which is Apocalyptic Assault. We're keeping it simple just so you guys can see how awesome and fun Apocalypse can be. So we basically made our armies. We set up the battlefield. Then we're gonna do the deployment and stuff like that. They've got special rules, etc., etc., etc. So armies, set the battlefield, and now we're gonna put objectives down. So we're gonna roll off, and the winner is gonna be the attacker, and the loser is gonna be the defender. Do you have 300 power level on the nose, John?
I have 300 power level on the nose.
I also have 300 power level on the nose. So we are both gonna roll a D6, and the winner is gonna be the attacker, and the loser is gonna be the defender. The only thing that matters for is the defender wins on ties if we both have the same amount of objectives at the end of every turn. Then the defender gets it. The defender also gets to pick their deployment zone, which means they are defending, which makes sense.
It makes a whole lot of sense.
Okay, so who's defending, who's attacking? I rolled a 1.
I rolled a 3.
Oh my goodness, Necrons attacking Dark Eldar. Who knew? And because John is the attacker, he's placing the first objective. We basically have 24 inches up, 24 inches in between us. You cannot place an objective within 12 inches of a table edge, or within, I think, 12 another objective. So it's kind of like clumped more into the middle.
Now, do you choose the deployment
I'm going to choose deployment zone because I'm the defender.
So which side would you like?
No. I choose after I push the last objective down. Then I deploy first by putting the first unit. Yeah, so that's right. As a defender, I start deploying by putting a unit on the table, which would then basically be I pick a deployment zone. So I get to put the last objective down and get to put the first objective down. I mean, the last objective down, and I get to pick my side, which is awesome.
Are cover saves a thing?
They are. It's a little bit different. Things like forests and this building are like transports you embark in.
Oh.
And when you're in a defensible terrain feature, you get a 6-up save. So your save is just 6 up regardless of what size blast marker you're taking. And you can be charged and stuff, and you can shoot out of it. They've got like some cool rules, so that would be like a defensible feature here that you can kind of garrison. And then as for that would just be like, as well, I guess, a defensible terrain feature. There's different things that you can do. Like that ruin there could be defensible terrain feature. The forests are defensible terrain features as well.
Boom.
There he goes, look at that. Look at that, putting it right in the middle, putting it right fancy where something's super handy. I'm gonna put mine right here. Why not? Let's just make that building important, right? might as well make it super important of some sort.
I think that rock feature
Oh,
looks
that,
pretty cool.
making that important. Oh my goodness. You know what? I don't think the Mechanicum would have shown up without making like this area of the battlefield relatively important, considering it's like some sort of Necron monolith that that they've undug and have made you angry.
Hidden tree.
Oh, hidden tree. Oh, look, guess what's gonna happen? We're gonna have a wonderfully placed, mimicked sort of side, which is great. See, 3 and 3. Pretty cool. I'm just going to keep that. I'm going to start deploying. I'm going to just deploy on this side here because the monolith is right over there. So the Necrons would totally be attacking out of their like crazy thing over here. Okay, with that, let's deploy. We have started deployment. First thing I put down was this plane because why not? There's just a single plane, kind of helps me bait him to deploy something important. Then I put this guy in the middle of the board with his Farseer Spirit Seer Warlock. Why? Because he can move 36 inches, so he can kind of go wherever he wants. So putting him in the middle of the board is decent. And John deployed his Supreme Command with a bunch of destroyers and wraiths over here, and he's now garrisoning this building with a bunch of scarabs. So his outrider detachment is just swarming all over this Mechanicum structure. And the Overlord, of course, is looking fancy, having some fun over there as well. I've decided to put my Coven detachment right in the center. So I have Urien and 5 Racks in that Raider. Talos, Kronos, Racks, Grotesques. The Tesseract Vault and the crazy tough Lich Guard and the main Warlord are sitting right there. And I decided to put my Raptors in the middle of the table here. Okay, and now the first 100 warriors are going down, or the 40 warriors. Whew. And here we have the 40 Necron warriors, small unit of 5 immortals and the characters. The monolith is in Deep Strike Reserve, and there is a unit set up in the portal of the monolith, which is the 10 immortals. And then I put my Poison Tongue Cabal battalion with an Archon and 3 Venoms with warriors near Objective 3 over here on the flank. So John has put 100 warriors, oh actually he's put 40 warriors there, right?
Yes.
And then the other 20 are in the monolith that's in Deep Strike.
Yes.
And then I still have to put down my Archon Skari and his Cabal of the Black Heart units, and I then have to put down my Cult of Strife. Interesting. Cult of Strife and Skari. Where do I want to send the Cult of Strife? I think I'm going for the Lich Guard. I think I'm just gonna go. Lilith wants a good fight. She's gonna go right for the big things. Last deployments, I put Lilith Hesperax in a raider with 60 witches on foot. Cult of Strife. Cha-ching! Maybe I'll have another Spectacle of Murder, which is one of my cards. And then Archon Skari in his raider with an Urgul Slith, 2 units of Cavalry Warriors and Venoms, and 10 Cavalites in this defensible terrain feature with a Dark Lance. So they're just going to hide out near that objective. But that, folks, is a 300 Pal of Leech. It only took us about, 20 minutes to set up the game. So let's dive right into it. Oh, John, have a fantastic game. Let's do this. You seem excited.
I am so pumped.
Yes, this is great.
I'm gonna throw dots all day.
Okay, so you're gonna roll the d12. I'm gonna roll a d12, and the winner.
I'm gonna roll my
Oh, you have a
Necron
special
D12.
d12. Oh, fancy Necron d12. I'm gonna roll a GW d12. Okay, winner has the initiative this round. Turn 1 begins with a 4 to a 4. Oh my goodness. We re-roll this. Now, of course, later in the game, the person who has initiative, the last turn, loses the ties. So if you have initiative on one turn, yeah. So, but it is the first turn. So we roll again. Oh, I rolled a 1. Oh, another 1. That's on a d12 twice. Okay. Third time's a charm. And I got a 12. Oh, yeah, baby. Yes. The Dark Eldar take the initiative. So, first things first is set up reinforcements phase.
Cool.
So if you want to bring something in, you can.
Right.
But are you going to?
Not right now.
Okay, good. So now we're going to go and put an order beside each of our detachments. Before that happens, we draw cards. So they kept secret. John has 5 characters on the table.
I do.
Plus 1, so 5 warlords. If it's a character that is a warlord, you get a point. So he gets 5,
6.
and then 1 extra. I only have 4, so I get 5 cards in total. Something else we forgot to do is our Mega Warlord traits, or Warmaster traits. So John has Anarkir the Traveler as his warlord. He's going to roll a d12. And what does Anarkir get for this game? He gets a 4, which is Master Crafted Weapons. You add +1 to wound rolls for that unit's attacks. Ooh. So he gets +1 to wound on all his weapons.
Very good.
Very neat. And Archon Skari himself is a 2, which is Righteous Fury. Add 1 to the model's attacks. He's an angry, angry Archon. Okay. And of course, we have our cards. They are kept secret, but they are cool things that you can do with them. And here we have, after the orders, and now we've revealed our orders, my plane is advancing, so it can move and then you shoot. My witches can double move and fight in close combat. My detachment of Coven can just advance. These guys can move and shoot if they want. I locked on with my Revenant Titan. I have decided to advance with the Blackheart detachment. I've decided to advance with the Poison Tongue detachment as well. However, they have decided to assault, so they can double move if they want. What's their movement?
10 inches.
So they can move up to 20, and then attack me in close combat. This whole blob of Necrons is locked on, in case I jump in close and they can murder me with shooting. The same with that unit, but you can probably switch them too if he wants to. And then he has advanced with the Wraiths and the Destroyers. Meanwhile, they have also advanced to move up into a more threatening position. So with that, I get to
nominate a unit.
And I'm going to nominate my plane. Hooray! Plane!
Go plane!
Go plane! And one of the cool things I'm going to do here, though, is I'm going to use one of my cards, and it's going to be Trophy Kill.
Oh no!
Pick an enemy super heavy unit.
Ooh. Okay.
And until the end of the turn, I can reroll hit rolls that target your super heavy. So I will trophy kill. I want to trophy kill it.
Oh, no. You may try.
I am going to try. Okay.
Right.
Okay, John is playing an orbital strike. He's going to pick a point on the battlefield and essentially do a bunch of blast markers on around.
So we will nominate this one.
Just a point on the battlefield. So you just select a point. Just a point on the battlefield within visible to at least one of your warlords, which of course there's one right there, so he can easily see. And then everybody within 6 inches roll a d12. For everybody within 6, on a 7 to 10, place 1 blast marker. On an 11, place 2 blast markers. So he's essentially just nuking us with an orbital strike.
You know what? Perhaps
Fine.
I will do it over here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yes, that seems like a better place.
He wants to nuke the witches. Okay, very exciting. Yeah, if you put it right here, you hit all 3 units, essentially. Okay, get your D12. The orbital strike has targeted the 3 units of witches. I have 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units.
Hi-ya.
So this unit over here, does it take anything? It takes a
blast
blast marker. Hold on, let me... this unit over here.
And the next one.
On a... Oh!
12, it takes 2.
That's a large blast marker right off the bat on this unit. Ow! And this unit over here takes nothing. Okay, orbital strike doing some damage right off the bat. And this card has been used. Okay, so now that guy moved up. I'm going to shoot him. I have his little card here, which is really handy. I'm going to shoot the Dark Lances into them, as well as the missiles into the big guy.
No.
And then I'm going to shoot the Splinter Cannon at the Hive Guard. Not the Hive Guard, the
Lich Guard.
Lich Guard, there you go. We're going to start some shooting with this Razorwing jet fighter that has 2 Dark Lances that are firing at that big guy. So I'm hitting on 3s, but I get to reroll hits because that is my trophy kill for the turn. So I hit once, rerolling misses. Hit twice. And Dark Lances against tanks go on 5s.
Oh no!
Yeah. So 2. So 1 large blast marker on him. Then I have a missile hitting on 3s as well. That hits. And it needs 7s to wound. So that's one small blast marker. And then I have a cannon firing at the Lich Guard. Not with an 18, so just one shot that hit. And poison against infantry wounds on 5s. So
That's pretty good.
cool. One small blast marker on the Lich Guard. So we've started the battle in turn. So I've done my first activation, and now it's your turn to activate a unit. However, I see your orbital strike, sir, and I raise you Eldritch Tempest.
Oh no!
Haha! I pick one warlord from my army, and then select 1 point on the battlefield that is visible to that warlord. So it's going to be my Farseer jet bike, and you can see these guys over here.
All right.
And he's going to Eldritch Tempest you. Bazow! So it's every unit within 2d6 inches.
2d6.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pick basically 2 inches away from this model here. So I get all of them. And then if I roll high enough, I might hit those warriors as well. Right. So 2d6 inches. Ha! Yeah! Super. It's an 8-inch radius. Which is kind of fun, from about 2 inches away from him. So it'll miss the warriors, but it'll hit all these guys here.
Oh no!
And -1 to hit light characters, so there are 3 light characters there.
Yes, there are.
Okay, and on a 7, I just place 1 blast marker.
Small blast.
That's it. No big blast, just smalls. So, against your big super heavy, yes, so that small blast turns into a large blast. Into the Lich Guard. No. Into this lord here. I need an 8. No. Into that guy. No. And into your warlord. No, close, thanks to the -1, but I did put another blast on there, and that one gets used up. He's gonna activate the Supreme Command Detachment with the Lich Guard. They got an advanced move, so they will be able to move once and then shoot and or fight.
All right.
And he is activating, he just finished moving. So what are you doing with this detachment here?
So, we are going to initiate with the Sky of Falling Stars.
Oh no!
From
the unbridled Satan power of doom.
Yes.
So you can use in the action phase, select a shard.
Yes.
That one.
He is a Titanic.
If it is Titanic, roll a d6 for each enemy unit you select. So he gets to pick 3 units.
Choose 1 unit.
Okay.
2 units.
So you're not picking all 3 of the witch units?
It's within 24 inches.
Oh, okay. Because this is 1 unit. That's another unit. That's another unit.
Oh.
They should all be within 3 if you want to hit them.
You
want to hit them? Okay. So this unit on the flank, the unit has taken 1 blast marker and the grotesques.
Actually, can I do it on the one that's taken the large?
Yes, okay. You want to double up on that. So the one in the large, the one that hasn't, or the one that has taken damage? So you want to do the 2 that have taken damage?
Rules question.
Yes.
How many wounds do they have?
4 each.
4 each.
Yes.
So I'm going double up on the one with the.
You're going to go here.
Yeah. And then the damaged one.
And then the grotesque. Okay.
The grotesque.
And you roll a dice. If you roll less than the number of models, you place a blast marker. Well, they take a blast marker. They take a blast marker. And you have to roll a 3 or less. Less. No, you need to roll a 1 or 2. Because they only have 3 models in that grotesque unit.
What the heck? Well, just
okay, all 3 of them. So they all take a blast marker.
Here you go. Less than. They all take blast markers.
Each of these witches takes a blast marker. That was simple. So unbridled powers of the Satan. It's 2 shots within 24.
Yes.
So he's going to shoot at my plane.
Needing 4s.
Needing 4s because it's -1 to hit.
So
1 hit. He needs a 5+ with the D12, and it is a destroyer. So if it wounds, it's a large blast marker. It's basically double blast markers. Plop. That is a large blast marker. So the plane has taken a large blast marker. And then we have all the Tesla fears. That's 8 shots into the grotesques. Hitting on 3s.
Oof.
Okay, and what's their damage against infantry?
SAP is 6s.
Okay, perfect. So 5 6+ needed to hit the grotesques. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, so 2 large blast markers and a small. Those grotesques coming under heavy firepower. So who's shooting now?
So Caesarus is going to shoot his Eldritch Lance 36 inches.
That's
there.
once per game?
Nope, all the time.
All the time. Cool. That's
so
pretty
he
cool.
needs a 4.
He is.
That's
Nice.
And SAT is a 6+.
Ooh, very cool. Against the tanks, quite good. Yes, I take another blast marker. Okay, and then Caesaris over here gets to pick one unit of warriors to get a special ability.
And it's a D3, and it's 2.
What did they get?
Their save is improved by 1.
Ooh, so I have a 6-up save now? Oh, 7-up.
7 up.
7-up save for the rest of the game.
For the rest of the game.
So that unit is buffed up, which is awesome. And is that it? Is that all you
That's
can
my
throw at
activation.
me? Okay, so my turn to activate a unit. Okay, so now I'm going to activate my locked-on Revenant Titan.
Oh!
With the Psychers. They can't do anything, but the Titan sure can. Hooray! So I'm going to shoot everything it has into that guy
Into the ball.
right
Oh,
here.
no.
Okay, so I'm going to shoot into that. Each pulsar has 4 shots, so that's 8 shots, hitting on 2s, but it is a trophy kill, so I get to reroll. Oh, yes, baby. Oh, okay. Well, 7 hits is not bad. And against big units, it wounds on 4s. Okay, and then D12s needing 4s, thanks to the super pulsars. Yeah. So 1, 2, 1 blast marker. Just 1 large blast marker. What?
Yeah, 1 large blast marker.
Oh no! Just one large blast marker. Oh, come on. Okay, that was it for him. So now John gets to activate. No, he's getting off lightly. Get away from me. John's gonna activate the Wraiths and the Destroyer detachment with a couple of Satans and the Destroyer Lord. Basically his main close combat element. And some shooting, because the Destroyers do a lot of shooting as well. Okay, so now we're shooting, attacking.
The 4 Wraiths are going to shoot into your Kronos.
The Cronus is back here.
Or the Talos?
There, yeah, so which Talos? That one, or that one? They act as individual units.
Well,
Yeah, once they've been deployed.
I suppose they will shoot, I guess I can only...
Yeah, you can pick one of these two.
I'll shoot the one in the middle.
This one?
One
Cool.
in the middle.
That one right there is getting a bunch of beams at me.
Yeah,
Woo-hoo.
particle casters.
Talos are heavy. Okay, so they each get 1 shot with the particle beamer thingy.
They do, particle
Okay,
caster.
rolling to hit.
So needing 3s.
Yep. Oh, nicely done.
And then they need...
I don't know.
SAT is a 9.
Okay.
9. Oh.
Cool. So 9's on the Talos.
9.
9!
Stop. 9.
9s, and that is 1 blast marker on that central Talos. So we have both units of destroyers. The destroyers themselves are shooting at the racks, although I think only 1 unit can see the racks.
1 unit can see the racks.
The other unit cannot. And then both heavy destroyers are going to shoot at the Revenant Titan.
Well,
and
may I please declare these
Yes.
2
Yes.
into the...
the Talos is wounded? Absolutely,
Talos.
100%. So the other ones that can't shoot. Okay.
So we'll do 3.
Okay, so 2 attacks with 3 models, 2 hits. This is into the racks.
Yeah, and SAP, or SAT, because they're...
Into the racks or the Talos?
Oh, this is the rack. So this is a P,
Yeah.
needs a 5.
Okay, so 5 ups to hit the racks. And that is 1 large blast marker into the racks. And the 1 heavy destroyer needing a 3 to hit the big guy. Oh, actually 4s because he's -1 to hit.
But that's a 4.
That was a 4.
And then the heavy
Needs a...
SAT of 5.
Nice, kind of like a Dark Lance, very cool.
That's a
Oh,
5.
that's a small blast marker going onto him.
And the Talos.
Second unit into the Talos. Ooh, 2 hits,
hit.
very nice. These are heavy targets.
Yes, they are. So SAT is 7.
Ooh, very nice. 7s to wound. Ooh, that's a large blast marker directly under that Talos. Last heavy, miss on a 2.
On a 2.
Okay. And then we got Satan powers as
Now
well.
Satan power.
Oh,
Transcendent.
So Transcendent Satan
into
into that Talos right there.
Or Talos.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one. 2s.
2s to hit. Ooh, nice. 2 hits.
2 hits. Then
Very
it needs
cool.
SAT of 5.
Which is the same, right? For infantry
5
and
and
combat.
5.
Yeah!
No!
Woohoo! Take some of your own medicine, Necrons.
Ooh,
And then
that's
2.
a Cosmic Tyrant.
Oh, no.
He once per turn he can reroll 1 hit or wound.
Oh,
for
he's
an
gonna
attack.
roll 1. Oh, okay. There we go. That's kind of cool, actually. Aha! But he gets a free reroll every turn? That is awesome.
Right.
That's
and
really
the
cool.
Nightbringer will follow up.
Okay.
Needing 2s.
Ooh, there you go. Does he have the Tyrant rule too?
He does not have the
Oh,
Tyrant
okay.
rule.
So he's not like us. I mean, he's got other rules.
He has
as
a
well.
Wicked Scythe.
Yeah, okay. Which is good in combat.
He loses weapons or loses...
Okay, 1 blast marker on that Talos. I'm activating my Ravagers. Yeah, they just advanced. So they moved up. The disintegrators are within range of that unit of destroyers. So
Sure.
all the disintegrators are going to those destroyers. Are they light or heavy?
They are light.
They're light, okay. And then the 3 lances are going to be shooting at the Tesseract.
Of course.
Of course. So, the disintegrators, this is my son rolling for me, by the way. The Trueborn, he's rolling these dice. He needs 3s to hit those destroyers. He's going to roll them. 3s to hit. Okay, so he hit 3 times. Not terrible. And then he needs 5s to wound the destroyers. And he does 1 large and 1 small blast marker.
Large and a small.
Yeah. So that's large blast, 1 small. And then 3 dark lances into the Tesseract Vault, hitting on 3s, but he can re-roll, we can re-roll because it's a trophy kill, and needing 5s to wound. 1 more small blast marker placed on there as well. Haha! So he is going to nominate the Deceivers Battalion, essentially.
Grand Illusion!
And he can switch the order once per turn, which is awesome. So he gets to switch his order. He went from lock on to advance. That means they're going to be able to start moving up on the objectives. Remember, I defend. So if I hold objectives, if we hold the same amount, I win tiebreakers. It kind of forces him to come towards me. I don't have to be hyper aggressive to get over there. But now he can change them, and he's going to be able to move and shoot with them as well. So this detachment has now advanced up. So we have 40 warriors and the Satan and the Tesseract, the little guy. This command barge gives all the infantry in that detachment essentially plus 3 inches to their move, which makes them super fast. Faster than Dark Eldar warriors. Almost as fast as witches, which is crazy.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, may I please roll all of the Goss flames
Yeah, go
together?
ahead. Yeah.
Because that'll be 2.
Are they all shooting at the same thing?
They will all shoot at your racks.
All of them.
All 40.
All 40, so 8 shots into the racks?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So each 20-man unit has 4 shots. They're all shooting into that rack unit. He just wants to kill them.
Right. So since there is a barge nearby, I reroll 1s to hit.
Awesome.
Since there's a lord nearby, I reroll 1s to wound.
And you're hitting on 3s.
And I'm hitting on 3s.
So hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, because of my will be done.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Very nice.
There you go.
7 hits. And then needing...
SAP.
It's probably 6s or something.
I believe they are 7s. 7s.
So 7s, rerolling 1s as well.
Rerolling 1s.
There you go. And that was, that's 6 there. Need 1 more. 7. Haha. 7 sevens.
7 7s.
Rerolling 1s.
That's a 1.
That's another
That's a
one
1.
there. Very cool. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow.
5.
2 large blast markers and a small on those racks. Ow! The Gauss blaster thingy from the
Gauss cannon.
Gauss cannon from the barge is shooting at the Talus with only 1
1 attack.
wound marker on it. Okie
Hitting on a
dokie.
2.
Okay.
He rerolls a 1.
He does. Thank goodness. Okay, he hits.
SAT is 7.
Okay, so 7's rerolling 1s as well. No, that is a 6. Okay. Woohoo! The Deceiver is now firing his powers at this time into that same Talos.
All right, that's 2 hitting on 2s.
Yes.
2 hitting on 2s.
Very nice. Winning on 5s.
Wounding on 5s.
Ooh,
1.
1. So he takes a large, it turns into a large blast marker. So I am activating the Poison Tongue Cabal. And they're gonna, basically, I'm gonna start shooting at that unit of destroyers with pretty much every single venom. Okay, so we have here 2 shots per venom, because each cannon is 1 shot at 36 inches, needing 3s to hit. Oh,
good roll.
ooh, now I need 5s, I think, to wound you. 8 hits equals 8 to wound rolls, needing 5s on those destroyers.
Oh.
1 blast marker, 2 large blast markers are placed on that unit of destroyers. It's taking heavy fire. Everybody else is out of range because they're 24 inches. Even though they're open top, they could shoot, but it's 24 inches, and I don't want to get too close to a bunch of rapid-firing warriors of death. Okay, so now John is activating the Assault Scarabs. That means they get to move 20 inches up the table. He is highly threatening this flank with a swarm of little bugs.
Hear me.
So he's probably going to keep his Overlord back there to control that objective marker. And he's just basically just gonna swarm my Venoms. So let's see what happens here. So they have moved up 20 inches, the 3 units, and the Overlord's back there. He's the commander, basically staying within scoring range of that objective. Not that it matters, because as it stands right now, I'm probably gonna get a point, as you know, it's gonna be tied, and I'm defending against the Necron onslaught. But now onto one of my last detachments here. I'm gonna activate the Master Warlord Archon Skari's detachment, which is super fun. And yeah, so we'll see what I do here. Warriors are going to start the shooting because I activated Archon Skari's attachment. They're 10 models, so they get 2 rapid fire shots going into the destroyer unit that has taken lots of...
Too many.
Yeah, so 2 shots from them, needing 3s to hit. And they missed. Okay, and then 1 shot from the Dark Lance, hitting, shooting at the big guy. He hits, and then needing a 5 to wound it. Yes, so that turns that small blast marker into a large blast marker. Very nice. Then we have the disintegrator cannon firing into the destroyers that have taken all the blast markers. So let's see, rolling to hit on a 3. It hits, nice. Then needing a 5+ to wound. That is a small blast marker turning into a large blast marker. Very, very nice. So that's taken 4 large blast markers so far. They have a 5-up save, they have 2 wounds, and they have an ignore damage 6-up.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if 4 blast markers is enough. Okay, so just to safeguard this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot this Venom at that same unit. I think I need 1 more blast marker, just to make sure they're dead.
Just to
so, yes, the poison shots hitting on 3s. 2 hits, very well done. And needing 5s to wound, so that's 1 more blast marker. Then the rapid fire rifles from the guys inside are going to shoot into the first unit of Scarabs right here. Oh, you know what? No. They're going to shoot, yeah, into the Scarabs. Why not? Even though if they survive, they just blow up on me next turn anyway. If they come in. So rolling 3s to hit, because I'm within 12. And then needing 5s to wound. And that is 1 blast marker on that unit of Scarabs. And then we have this Venom. 3s to hit that destroyer unit as well. 1 hit, and needing a 5+ to wound. Oh, it did not wound. I'm going to see if I can measure if they're within 24. Okay, so now the rapid fire into that same unit of Scarabs. Rolling 3s to hit. 2 hits. And then needing 5s to wound the Scarabs. That's 1 more, so that turns into a large blast marker. Oh, I forgot. This guy has his missiles as well, which he would have shot at the Tesseract Vault. So we're just going to roll that right now because I totally forgot. So 4 shots hitting on 2s, re-rolling because it's a marked target, trophy kill. So 4, and it is anti-tank needing an 8+, so needing 8s. And we get 1, so 1 small blast marker there on the big guy.
Smart.
Okay, so John had to activate them. They did lock on, and because I stayed out of range, he can't move when you lock on. He doesn't have any cards to switch their order, so they're stuck, and they shoot at me to no effect.
No effect.
So that's a very interesting dynamic, you know, when you're ordering. You kind of want to keep that in mind.
Things to move, they didn't move,
yeah,
so...
I stayed out, so now he has to activate them. So it's good probably to have like little units here and there to activate, to kind of force your opponent's activations sometimes to see what happens. But it's definitely...
If you have a change order thing already, first game ever, first turn ever, super useful.
Yep.
They went from being
useless
to
actually being able to come in and do damage.
Yes.
Okay, so now my last activation, well, I have 2 activations left. I have the Witches, and I have this. Of course, now I can either move up and do some damage, because they have Haywire Blasters, which is really good against that. However, moving up, if John wins the initiative, it could put them in a lot of peril as they get, like, jumped on. If not, if I get the initiative, I can move and then essentially get into his face really quickly if I activate them early. So that's definitely, or the same here, right? So it's definitely, it's a gamble, but this is Apocalypse. Okay, so I decide to activate my Witches, and before they move, because they had an assault order, John has placed a minefield in front of them.
Ghost mines.
So this happens before I move, which means I can either choose not to move and not risk any damage, or I can move them, and then he rolls a dice for each unit, and on a 1, they take a blast marker. So it's really, really good against a detachment that's lots of small units that's trying to get into you. However, it could, turn that into a double blast marker, turn that into a large one, give an extra wound over here, and really kind of cripple the army as it moves forward. But there's no rest for the wicked. The witches can move 9, they double their moves, so they move 18. They'll be moving all the way up to here, and if I take the initiative, they're going to jump that Lich Guard unit. So let's see how this goes. So this entire unit advanced up. They ended within 6 inches of the defendable terrain feature, so they've garrisoned that forest. They can't do anything, they can't attack or anything, but because they're not in base-to-base contact with anything. However, the landmine did not go off on that unit. That unit did not step on a landmine. I'm just ending over 24 inches away from those warriors, so they have to move up in order to shoot me. Wait, this unit is moving around. Does it step on a landmine? Oh, yeah. It does. That means it goes to 2 large blast markers. No. And then Lilith Hesperax is going to move in her super transport as well. It can move up to 28 inches.
Oh, wee.
Because it's assaulting, right?
Speedy.
So she's gonna go over here, something like that. And does the raider take a landmine to the face? That was close. That almost was a 1. Okay, so they're done activating. You don't have any more activations?
I have no activations.
Okay, so now I get to activate another thing, and I will activate now my Coven Battalion. So what I've done here, I've garrisoned that crater with this unit of racks. I've garrisoned that crater with this unit of grotesques. I've taken Urien out, he disembarked, and now everybody that's damaged is within 6 inches of him, so they get +1 to their armor saves, essentially, because he's awesome. And then all the Haywire guns are within 24 inches of that guy.
No.
Yes! Oh, and then I moved this raider in base-to-base contact with those wraiths. He can't attack me back. I can attack him, but the next turn he won't be able to fall back and charge me because he doesn't have a rule like that. No. Unless he has a rule that lets him do that, or a card or something, but we'll see what happens. Okay, with that, I get on to shooting. Okay, so each one has 2 Haywire blasters, so 2 shots each, hitting on 4s. It is a trophy kill though, so re-rolling hits. So we'll start with this guy over here. 4s. Re-rolling. Yeah, 2 hits. And then Haywire wounds tanks on 4s. 1, so 1 blast marker there. So this Talus, same target. Re-rolling because a trophy kill. The fact that I got that card so early on is fabulous for me. 1 large blast marker directly on there. 3rd Talus over here. Re-rolling for trophy kill. Yeah. And 5s. 2, another large blast marker.
Large.
This Talus over here that's almost dead. I love the fact that even though he's pretty much dead, he's still going to get to do some damage, which is awesome. 1 large blast marker from that guy.
Oh my gosh.
This guy over here.
Yep.
2 shots, sorry. Rerolls for trophy kill. Yeah. And 4s. 1 small blast marker. This guy over here. Reroll for trophy kill. And 1 hit. And 4s. 1 small blast.
Large.
I believe that's everybody.
Oh my god.
He's going to Spirit Vortex the destroyers that have been taking damage so far. He needs 3s to hit at range though, because he's better at shooting. Hits. And then it needs a 6+. No, doesn't do anything there. Wah, wah, wah. And then last but not least, I have my Raider attacking. The Raider gets 1 attack, hitting on 4s. Hits.
Oh.
Yeah, super exciting. So the Raider gets +1 to wound and reroll 1s to wound thanks to Urien being within 6 and the Chronos being within 6. So he needs a 10+, so he needs a 9+ rerolling 1s. Naha! Reroll. No, nothing. That was a 1 again. Okay. And that was the entirety of my Coven Battalion.
Damage phase!
We are done with the action phase. Here we had the flank moving up with all the witches. We had the Coven army moving up. Now it's within range of all these Necron warriors. The Ravagers staying back. The big Titans staying back. The Venoms staying back. The advancing flanking Scarabs. As well as the central position. Lots of fire interspaced So we always start with super heavies that took damage.
Super heavies.
I have to start first because I took the initiative. It is one small blast marker. I roll. I need a 5+ to save him. He is okay, and I also need a leadership test. He's leadership 8, and I roll a d6 + 1, would be a 7, so he cannot fail leadership. So he doesn't take an additional damage for failing leadership. So he's fine. Okay, so now we're going this 9 large blast markers on this guy.
Armor of Contempt.
Yeah, he gets to roll his d12s.
Pure hatred.
So basically means that no matter how big the blast marker is, he always gets to roll d12s. I love this card. It's one I wanted because I like it from my Titan. So that's a great card. So he gets to roll 9 d12s, and his save is a 5+.
5+.
And then he also has a 6-up ignore damage.
Yes.
And then he also has to take his morale test.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see what happens as the Tesseract Vault tries to save himself from just taking all this firepower. But he's got some sort of force field up.
Seas of 5s.
Okay, so how many does he take? He takes 1. He takes 2 damage. Ouch! Come on!
I roll a d6 for morale.
Yeah, so d6 for morale. He's going to take a
one.
morale. So 3. Now you need 6s to ignore damage. And he does not ignore any damage. He has taken 3 damage. Now he has 6 wounds?
Yes.
So you become critically damaged if you have taken more than half your wounds. More than half. Not equal to or half. It's equal to half the wounds. Equal to over the half the wounds. It's a weird way that they wrote it down. It's more than half. So if you're at half, you're not critically damaged. So he has taken 3 damage. He out of all that shooting at it. Oh no.
Sheer force of hatred.
Hatred for the pointy elves. I love it. All right, so I'm going to pick another unit. I'm going to pick this unit of witches. They are in a defensible terrain feature now, so they have a 6-up save, and they get to roll a d12 because it's a small blast marker. No, they take a damage, and on a 6, they ignore said damage because they are Dark Eldar. Yeah. No, they take 1 damage marker. Morale test for them as well. They have leadership 6, which is not bad. They are fine. They do not take an additional wound. Okay, your turn.
All right, I will nominate the Lich Guard.
Okay, they've just taken 1.
I need a 4.
Yes, you do, because they have shields. They're fine. They leadership 8,
They can't fail.
so they can't fail. So they just pink right off their armor. Nothing happens there. Okay, I have a large blast marker here. The leadership is, the save is 8. They cannot save from that. They can't save. So do they take an extra wound? No. They just take 1 damage from the large blast marker. Okay, your turn. Next is who?
The Destroyers.
Are they going to get
They have to roll 5s, and
on...
4 of them are large blast markers.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I love it. So rolling all these dice, and they have 2 wounds,
They have 2 wounds.
but they also have ignore pain 6 up.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So let's see what these destroyers decide with all this damage that I threw at them.
5s.
Though they are going to go down.
Take 3.
Oh, that's right. No, they could if you. Yeah, this ignore damage and stuff.
Oh.
Okay. Yes, I did get them.
So they're down.
They are down. They do get removed. Okay, so now I'm going to roll for my plane. It has I believe, a 7+ armor, which means I don't think I can save it from the large blast. I can save it from the small blast, though. So let's roll to see what happens here. Nope, it's going to go down. It has 2 wounds. So let's see, ignores pain. Ah, no, the plane is dead. That was a good use of them. These witches have 2 large blast markers taken on them, which means I can't save them, and they get 2 6-up saves for ignore damage. No, they take 2 damage. Okay, they're not critically damaged. Remember, it's over half. No matter what the internet says, read your rules. Okay, now that's it for you. You don't have any more damage.
I have no more damage.
So now I'm just going to go around doing my units. So Urien gives +1 saves to everybody around here, which is good. So the grotesques have gone into the crater. So they have 2 large and 1 small. They are in a crater, which is a 6-up save. Urien gives them +1 to their save because they're in a defensible terrain feature. Oh yeah. So they take 1 damage, and on the 6 they ignore it. They did not. They have taken 1 damage, and then they take a morale test. Their leadership is 6, and they've taken 3 blast markers. They are fine. A 1 is an auto pass, no matter how many blast markers you've taken. So I get 1 damage counter on this unit of grotesques. Very cool. Then this Talus over here, they have a 5-up save. With Urian, it's a 4-up save on a single dice. He's going to take it, and I'm going to do his morale as well. No, he's fine. And then a 6-up ignore damage. Oh, he ignores the damage. Then this Talus over here has taken 2 large blast markers. So 2 4-ups thanks to Urian. And a morale. Let me see what his morale is. He passed the morale, and does he ignore the 1 damage? He does not, so he takes 1 damage as well. And then this rack unit, I can't save from the 3 big large blast markers. The small ones, they have a 9, plus Urian, they have an 8 save. So that goes through. So that's 4, needing 6s. Will the rack survive? Oh, no, they are going to get eliminated as they take heavy, heavy firepower. And that is the end of the damage phase, folks. With that, we're going to roll for the initiative and move into the second turn. So now we roll for initiative again, except for John.
Who wins ties?
That's right. Okay, so let's see who takes the initiative as we move in to turn 2. I rolled a 6, and that's a 6.
I win a tie.
No! So now we get to see if there's any units out of command. It's just my witches. So they're out of command so at the end of the turn, if I don't get Lilith up there, they will be running away.
All right.
Okay.
Now, at the beginning...
So that is an out of command token put next to that unit of witches. And at the start of the turn, what?
Hey, world, are you excited? Get excited. We're going to on 5
Oh, that's
pluses.
right. You get to ignore damage. Oh, Necrons. That's right. They're super, super tough.
So on a 5+, I take off damage markers.
Very cool. For every damage marker, you roll a dice. On a 5-up, you just remove a damage marker.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
All right. So let's see what happens.
That's for any Necron unit, right?
Everything.
Oh, right, because it's your trait that you get when you run
We
detachments.
don't come back to life. We just don't die.
There, I like it. It looks cool. So this Tesseract Vault, will it? Oh, it regains a wound. It's so tough. Okay, so now we generate our... Oh, the Scarabs get it too? That's right. Oh my goodness, good old Scarabs. Yep, they don't care about damage. Okay. Oh, Necron's so tough. I love it. So let's move on to the next turn. Now we get another set of cards. You get 6, I get 5. So before cards get brought in, he brings in his reinforcements. He has 2 monoliths that can deep strike. And then he has some guys inside the units as well. As we start turn 2, the Dark Eldar and Eldar that are defending do get 1 point for objectives. And the reinforcements have arrived. The monoliths have deep struck and they've brought in a unit each with their teleportation beam thingies. Other than that, all the orders have been given. So now it is the reveal phase. Yes, you're good?
Yes.
You're thinking?
Deciding which one I want to. I get the honor of going first.
You do, but let's show them off first. So I have pretty much put advance on almost everything in my army, except for them. They're gonna lock on. They're gonna advance, and they're gonna advance as well. So lots of advances on the Dark Eldar side.
We have an assault.
Oh no! Double move on the Scarabs. Great.
We have
Advance on that unit, but it can always switch to lock on if it needs to.
advance.
Advance for that unit.
Advance.
Advance for that unit, and last but not least,
Whoa! Advance.
advance for that unit as well. Perfect. Which one would you like to activate first, my Necron friend? And you've got cards too. Ooh, fancy cards. I have cards as well. Some of them are really nice. But this, I like how terrain works. It's like you garrison the terrain, and it's like, you know, it's kind of cool. They're protecting that forest. It also means that you can have like a unit take a lot of damage and then put it in a building or something, and essentially it mitigates the damage. Like they take cover and like try and like find cover by going into a crater or something, kind of like that unit of Grotesques did.
So,
activating this entire unit with the monolith, the immortals, and all these warriors. Okay, let's see what they do. Oh, and they have +1 save because they're awesome.
yes.
they are now moved up and they get to shoot. Ta-ta-da! So he decided to advance with them and shoot before I tie up a whole bunch of stuff or getting to combat or things like that. So he's sort of moved the Immortals out this way to shoot at those witches. The Command Barge and the Cryptek are all staying within 6 to kind of give them rerolls for everything, which is pretty cool. And he's using a card.
I will cash in
Oh no!
Solar Fury.
Okay. Mephrit until the end of the add 1 to wound rolls for ranged weapons by units in the detachment that target within half the range.
So that will be
Very cool.
1, 2,
Yep.
3, 4.
So +1 to wound within half range. Awesome. With lots of shooting Gauss weaponry. This squad here, rapid firing into this Talos.
Needing 3s.
3s rolling 1s.
Rerolling 1s.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
So 6 hits from 8 shots.
Needing SAP of 9, but they
So
get
+1. So 8s rerolling 1s as well. Very nice. So that's 1, 2. So 1 large blast marker, 2 rerolls. 2 large blast markers on that Talos. Very nice. So this unit back here is within rapid fire range of that unit there, and they're in defensible terrain in that crater, so it's -1 to hit them. So hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s, thanks to
My will be done.
My will be done. Very nice.
Okay,
And then
so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
very cool. Needing 8s as well with a +1 thanks to the card, the strategic asset.
They're light, are they not?
Yes, actually.
That means I need a 6.
Ooh, very cool. Even better against the grotesques.
Needing
very nice.
6s.
So that's
all of them.
wow. 2 large and 1 small. Ouch. So they get 2 shots at these witches. They were in the rapid fire, so they get 4 shots, -1 to hit though. So hitting on 4s because I am in the forest.
I reroll the 1.
Rerolling 1s thanks to my will be done. Very nice.
All right, now I would normally need a 6.
So needing 5
5.
against light infantry. Very nice. So that's
Oh, just
1
1.
small blast marker. Yay, go forest. Mortis is not within half range, but it is shooting at this unit of witches as well. So it's
4s.
1 shot though, because they're 5 men, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I beg your
So
pardon.
1 hit.
1 shot.
Oh, 1 shot.
There.
Yeah, 1 hit.
1 hit.
And needing
6.
6, yeah, because it's not within half. Yes. So that small turns into a large.
Finished it.
So the entire monolith is shooting at Urian. -1 to hit because he's within 12, right?
Yep.
So he's going to get +1 to wound against Urian.
Yes, so these need 4s.
Cool. Everything needs 4s. That's the particle whip. And then these are. He doesn't get the reroll 1s because he's not light.
Because he is...
So needing 4s to wound Urian with the +1 for anti-personnel. So that's a large blast marker.
A large blast. So it's
So-
-1 to hit?
Yes.
Bye.
That guy's shooting it here, not at short range, it's long range. So hitting on 3s because of the -1 with his super hardcore whippy thing.
Boom.
Nice. No
And-
+1 to wound though.
This will need a 5.
Yep, with a reroll 1s thanks to.
Gus cannon, Gus cannon.
Right. Reroll 1s thanks to the Cryptek.
The Lord.
Oh, okay, cool. Yep, wounds. Nice. So they take another blast marker. Perfect. I'm going to activate my super heavy. Cool thing is about them is they can shoot even if they're in combat, and they can, when they advance, they can shoot and attack, which makes them quite useful. So I've moved them up in base to base with the warriors and the monolith, and I can still shoot and then attack in close combat as well. So he's going to grab his guns, and he's just going to shoot right into that monolith. Why not? Okay, perfect. So I get 8 shots with his pulsars, hitting on 2s. And then needing, so that's 6 hits. Needing 4s. Let's see if he can actually do damage this time with his pulsars. Not like last time. 1 blast marker.
It's the monolith.
Yeah. And then there's the sky cannons. Okay, 4 shots, needing 8s. 1 large, so it turns into 1. So 1 large blast marker from my super titan into the monolith. Hooray! And then he gets to swing in close combat. I'm also going to attack the unit of warriors with my titanic feet. So needing 4s to hit, 1 hit, and needing 5s to wound. 1 blast marker on the warriors as well. He is activating this legion over here, and he's basically getting aggressive. Rawr! Get aggressive! Meow! I love it. Okay, so he's moved. At the end, he consolidated with his monolith. That's an end of the move action, so he gets to try and suck me into the portal. What does it do?
You take a blast marker on
That's
a 5.
it. That's it. Just a blast marker on a 5. So I take a blast marker just from the Hoover. This is also super heavy, so even tying it up in combat doesn't stop it from shooting. I basically just moved up to stop that unit of warriors from shooting. He's shooting everything from the monolith into my Titan.
These need 4s.
Yeah. Are they rapid fire, the Gauss thingies?
They are not.
Okay. So they miss.
Miss.
And I am a tank.
A6.
On a D12? Yep. That's, I think, the thing that takes the longest to keep in mind is you have to roll these. So, turns into a large blast marker. And now the 2 other big blobs, that's 8 shots each.
Yeah, hitting on 4s
Yeah.
because they're hard to hit.
Yep, so hitting on 4s, we're rolling 1s. Oh, this is just the first unit.
Yes.
Okay, ouch.
Now these need 9s.
Okay, so the way you've been rolling wounds though, holy moly, that's been incredible. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 1 large blast marker, 2 large blast markers, and a small. 2 large and 1 small on my Titan. Ouch. That means it's, 2 large and 1 small. Hey, be that way. The second unit of rapid firing blobs, he's also kept the guys back here to hold that objective. You can actually string stuff out, because 1 model has to be within half an inch of 2 models. As long as you cap the end with 2 models, you should be fine. It's kind of cool. Cool little strategy and tactics there.
Reroll ones.
Look at that. Good old my will be done. Very, very efficient shooting.
Thank you,
if I may say. If I may say, sir.
Yeah.
That's 5. Wow, look at this table. It's amazing. So much fun. Okay.
So needing 9s.
Yes. That's 1 large and 1 small. So it turns that small into a large. Ouch. Okay, so now the Gauss cannon's gonna jump in.
So needing a 3.
Nope. Rerolling
Rerolling
one? Oh,
one.
is he light? Yeah, he is light, right?
He's heavy.
Is he heavy?
He is
so
heavy,
he doesn't
so
get
he
the
doesn't.
minus. He doesn't get the
Disappoint.
rewards. The Deceiver is now looking at me menacingly with his Satan powers.
Needing 3s.
Yeah, -1 hit here.
There you
Ooh,
go.
very nice.
Now needing 5.
That's right, and they're not Destroyer because it's not the unbridled Super Satan of Doom.
No.
1 small blast marker. Now the warriors that are in close combat, they get 1 attack action as well, so they're rolling to hit.
So is this -1 to hit?
Perfect. So not -1 hit in close combat because I am literally standing right there, and their melee
need 9s.
weapons also 9s. Very cool. I like it. 1 small blast marker, which I think turns that small one into a large blast marker. Ouch.
Right.
My locked on Ravagers are going to fire into that monolith.
Oh no!
Right there. And then the Disintegrator Cannons are going to fire into that unit of Immortals.
Okay.
Here are the Disintegrators into this unit of Immortals. Needing 3s. Oh, 2s because I'm locked on. So that's 5. Needing 5s. 1 large and 1 small on that unit of Immortals. And then 3 Lances firing into that monolith. Needing 2s. Yeah, 3 hits. And needing 5s. So 1 large and 1 small onto that monolith. Perfect, so this central unit with all the Satan and a bunch of stuff and the Wraiths are all activating as well. Okay, fair enough. Let's see what they do. They have an advance order, which means they can move and either shoot once or attack once. So that'll be exciting. They have moved up. The Destroyers, Nightbringer, Cryptek, the Wraiths are staying in combat, Destroy Lord, and the Transcendent Satan, all moving up the middle. Really ready to start pressing into this flank over here. Okay, this is going to get interesting. All the shooting from that whole detachment, shooting into the night, and then of course the Wraiths are going to just attack the Raider.
Yes, they are.
Perfect.
It's my turn to shoot the big.
It is. Hopefully mine can survive as much damage as yours did.
All right.
I doubt it, but it'll be interesting to see what happens.
These are the Destroyers, hitting
Okay.
on 4s.
That's right. Rerolling 1s though.
Rerolling
Ooh,
1s.
no rerolls there.
So that's going to need a 7.
Very cool, because that was just a regular Destroyer.
That's a regular cannon.
Very cool. Nothing.
All right.
So there's the Nightbringer. He super hits.
These need
He
5s.
5s. And that's 1 small blast marker. Transcendent Satan as well. Ooh. Are you gonna reroll? Use the reroll on the hit? Makes sense. Oh, so he spent his reroll on the hit and on a 5+ to do wound. He does. So that's another large blast marker in total on my Super Titan against the Raider with the Wraiths. Yes. So you had like 4 attacks or something.
4 attacks.
Very cool.
3s and then an 8.
Nice. I think that's tanks. So 3s to hit. All hit. Very nice.
No.
Needing 8s.
S18.
Raider only has 2 wounds, so that is 1 small blast marker on the Raider. I've decided to activate this unit of Venoms. They're just advancing that way. And they're gonna shoot! Nah, shooting! I'm gonna activate them. All the Venoms are gonna fire into that Destroyer unit, and then all the Cabalite Warriors are gonna shoot into these Wraiths. These Scarabs.
Oh no.
Yeah. He's going to use Skins of Living Gold. He's gonna make his Scarabs obscured until the end of the phase. Very cool. So those bugs are super shiny, and it's very hard for me to hit them. So let's shoot at the Destroyers first with the Splinter Cannons, needing 3s to hit. Okay. 3 hits, needing 5s to wound with poison. 1 large blast marker on that unit of Destroyers. And then 3 rapid fire rifles. So that would be 6 shots into the Scarabs, needing 4s because they are hard to hit. 3 and needing 5s. So 1 small blast marker into that unit of Scarabs as well. And then we've activated the super heavy Transcendent Satan. They have moved in to touch the terrain, so they're going to be attacking those witches. And then he's essentially just getting really aggressive with this large flying thing. And everything else, he's just coming around, doing some damage. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Lots of combat stuff. And we start shooting. So the Satan is gonna start doing some shots at stuff. Because look at him, he's flying around, all electrifying. He's like, bzz, zap.
Actually, before we do
Zap.
that, we're
What?
gonna laser burn.
Oh no, don't you dare. Don't you dare laser burn me. Where are you going with your laser burn?
Let's draw a line.
Zap. So it's a line 12 inches long. So he's gonna hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the grotesques.
Yes.
So he's gonna laser burn me. Great. Awesome.
Start on the far end.
So that's a Chronos, and you need a 7. So he rolls a 4. Nope, that Talos. Nope, that Talos. Nope, that Talos. Nope, that Talos.
Come on.
Nope, and the grotesques. Nope. Wow, that laser, they missed. The laser was like, totally missed everybody. Unbridled powers going into the Raider, and then two cannon shots into here and 2 cannon shots into there from the Tesla.
Enjoy my powers.
The powers of the Satan first into the Raider. Pa-pow. Both hit. Very nice. Need 5s, but they are Destroyer.
They are.
Which is awesome. Just 1 large blast marker. Pa-pow on that Raider. And then the 2 shots into that unit there. Oh, it's 4 shots each. 2 shots each, yeah.
2 shots each.
Cool. Hitting on 3s.
SAP of 6.
Cool. On 6s to do damage to the witches. Nothing.
Okay. And then the far.
Then the far unit also. Very cool. And needing 6s as well. And that is 1 large blast marker on that unit.
We get 4 attacks.
4 attacks from the Lich Guard in close combat. Wow, that's really good. For 10 of them, needing 3s.
3s.
We're rolling 1s because the Lords are nearby. All hit.
Hit, needing 6s. Normally it's a 7, but Anarchy is
Yeah,
by.
+1, so 6s in combat to do damage on my witches. Very cool. And that is 2 large blast markers. Ow, jeez. That's it for that detachment there. I still have 2 detachments, and so I'm not going to activate this detachment yet. I'm going to wait for those Scarabs to do, and I still have this detachment left as well. So it's just the Scarabs, right?
Just the Scarabs.
Okay. I'm going to activate the Witches. This unit of Witches is going to end within 6 inches of this defensible terrain feature. So they're going to embark into this big cathedral, essentially. The only reason I'm doing that is because they can't get into combat right now. However, they will get a 6-up save against that large blast marker, which hopefully will get them to survive. And then Lilith Esprax is going to disembark here, essentially within 6 inches. That's going to be her move, essentially. And then they're going to move in. But I am using a card. No method of death beyond our grasp means that when I decide to advance order, right, I can select up to 3 Cult of Strife units. After making their move, these can they can both shoot and fight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they can shoot even if they're in close combat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they can be. So it's cool, which means I'm going to be able to shoot and fight once I've finished my move. The unit of witches that is now garrisoning this terrain feature is going to shoot into those immortals. I get 4 pistol shots, needing 3s to hit. Yeah. Needing 5s to wound with their super poison. Nothing. Wah, wah, wah. And then I get 2 units at 20, 8 shots into your Lich Guard. Oh. Woohoo! And that's 6. And needing 5s to do some wounds on your Lich Guard here. So that's 1 large, 2 large, and a small. 2 large and a small on the Lich Guard. Oh, yes, baby. The lance from here of the Wounded Raider is going to shoot at your Monolith. So needs a 3 and missed. Wah, wah, wah. Or, what are you doing? Blood Rites. What does that do? Select 3 Novok units. Each unit makes a free action, a free fight action. Okay. So 3 Novok units get to make a free fight action.
So that will be the Wraiths and the Lich Guard.
Okay, cool. So you're doing that. That's awesome. They just get to fight for free. Amazing. Okay, they're going to attack my Fine Witches again. The ones that have only taken 1 damage.
Get punched.
Yes.
The ones that just weren't close enough.
Yep. Very cool, very cool.
Ones.
Oh, my will be done. I like it. Ah. Whew.
Needing 6s.
Yes. Let's see what they do here. That is 1 large blast marker on them. Wraiths will attack that raider yet again. I like it.
3s.
I like it. Very cool.
Oof. Needing 8s.
Okay. And nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, Wraiths didn't do anything. Okay, now he gets to activate the Scarabs. Okay, well, you know, if I had all these free actions too, just saying. So he gets to move twice and he can attack once in close combat as well. So he's using translocation beams, and he's allowing them, with an assaulter, to triple move, which means those scarabs are going to move 30 inches and they fly. They're just going to get right in my face. They can't end within an inch, so they can't charge. However, if I charge him, you know, I can attack him and stuff. He's just getting in the way, essentially. He's just advancing, getting in the way. He knows that he's against the clock. He can't take that objective away from me because I have a hold attachment with objective secured that hasn't activated. So even though if he comes in and does some damage, I just have to get some Cabalite Warriors out to take that objective to hold it. And then I still have 3 to his 3. I'm the defender, so I get the point. So at the end of this turn, it seems like I will get another point, which means John is going to be on the back foot. He is going to have to push as hard as he can in order to get one of these objectives away from me. And if he does, that means that that'll be a pretty intense game. Okay, so with that, he's going to do his move, and that'll basically be his... That's it? That's it.
So we're just moving these.
Oh, you're just going to move all them? Yeah, and then I get to activate Archon Skari and his Blackheart detachment, and Urian Rakoth and his Prophets of Flesh detachment. So now I get to go. I'm going to activate Archon Skari's detachment. Might as well. And I'm going to just shoot a bunch into Scarabs because that's all I can really shoot, and or Destroyers. So we'll see what I do there. They have an advance order. Blackheart detachment. I'm going to start with these Cavalry Warriors. So I'm going to do 1 Lance into there and Rapid Fire Rifles into those Destroyers. Okay. 1 Lance first. He missed. Great. Okay, dokie.
All right.
Okay. 4 shots from the rifles. Oh yeah. 3 hits. Needing 5s. With 1 large blast marker.
On the...
This raider.
Okay.
Into the Destroyers. 1 hit. Needing 5s. 1 save as well. Haha. Okay. Then we have... So they've taken 3 so far. Then I'm going to do this unit here. Mm-hmm. We'll do the Venom. So 4 shots with his... Because it's... oh no, it's a heavy. Never mind. 2 shots. Because it's not rapid fire. Splinter cannons are heavy. Miss. Okay, and now the rapid fire rifles. 2 hits. Needing 5s. That's something I had forgotten. 1, so that large blast marker. I mean, that small turns into a large. And then this Venom over here, same target. So the cannons first. Yep. 1 hit, needing 5. Nothing. And then the rifles from inside. 1 hit. And 1 wound. Whew, that was a lot to put a couple of blast markers on that unit. Okay, so they, what, sorry? It's a stack, yeah, it's stacked. And now I'm gonna do these guys over here. this is what my action looks like. Urien has now embarked into that terrain here, and he's going to start the festivities by shooting his once per game Casket of Flensing. He gets 2 attacks hitting on 2s against that unit of immortals over there. So hitting on 2s, 1 hit, and needing 9s, because it's just a once per game little thing. 9s, no, doesn't do anything there. Okay. This Disintegrator is going to shoot into those immortals as well. Missed. Cool. Okay, so now I'll do the Kronos, the Transcendence Atom. So the Siphon automatically hits. The Vortex needs a 3 to hit, which does, because they're not light. And I need 9s to wound, because you're a heavy target. So he takes 1 blast marker on that Transcendence Atom. And now what we'll do is we'll do this Talos into that Monolith. 2 hits, hitting on 4s, and needing 4s with Haywire. That's 1 large blast marker. Very cool. This one over here, same thing. Needing 4s to hit, 2 hits as well. Yeah, go Talos. 1 blast marker, that brings it up to 4 large blast markers, right?
Yes.
Cool. 4 large blast markers from there.
1 per corner.
Okay, so I'll do the 3rd Talos, same target.
Oh no, there's
4s.
no more corners.
Yeah, there are no more corners. And 4s again. 1 more small blast marker. The 5th Talos, the 3rd, that was the 4th Talos now. Haha, 1 hit, needing another 4 to do another, nope. And then the last Talos in the same target, 1 hit. Does it make it a blast marker? It does. So he's taken 5 large blast markers. Look at that, look how pretty that is.
Fully loaded.
Fully loaded. And then we jump into close combat. I've got this unit of Racks attacking the Destroyers. They get 2 attacks each. Oh yes, baby. They hit twice. And the Racks in close combat against infantry wound on 6s. And they get to reroll 1s because of the Kronos nearby.
Nifty.
So, ooh, yay.
That's helpful.
2, a large blast marker on that unit of Destroyers. Thanks to the Racks.
They want no more.
That unit of Talos is attacking those wraiths. Gruesome close combat weapons that do 2 damage each. 2 attacks each. So that's 4 attacks for that Talos, hitting on 3s, all hit. Wounding on 7s against light targets. However, I get to reroll 1s thanks to the Kronos nearby. So it'd be 1 large blast marker on that unit of wraiths as well. And then I have 2 units of Grotesque. Okay, so Flesh Gauntlets here. It's a unit, so 2 Flesh Gauntlets into the Monolith, hitting on nothing. Okay, and then I get 6 attacks with their Monstrous Cleavers, needing 3s to hit. Oh my goodness gracious. No! Does Urien give them anything special? No, add 1 to wound rolls. So then against the Monolith, with their Cleavers, I need 8s. They become 7s. Within 6 inches of the Kronos, rolling 1s. So nothing from that. Okay. And then the other one into the Scarabs. I'm -1 to hit you, though.
Yes, you are.
Cool. So needing 4s, 1 hit. And this is against infantry with the Flesh Gauntlet. Nope, does not do anything. And then the Monstrous Cleavers, 4 this time. Very nice, very nice. Against infantry, it's 5s. So they take 1 large blast marker on that unit. Ooh, that seems like a lot of stuff that we did. And I believe that is the end of turn
2.
Number 2. So now we do damage. You have initiative, so you have to do damage first. Let me just check my cards real quick. Alright, so I want to use Telekine Dome on him, which allows me to roll d12s even for all the large blast markers. However, John is countering with the Deny the Witch. So on 2+, he denies the Witch. What happens? Oh, he does. So I have to roll normal damage. Look at his smile. Look at the smile on his face. Great. Okay. Okay, so the Monolith has a 5-up save?
5 up.
5 up. He is a good super heavy, needing d6s. He takes 5. Oh, it's 4.
But
I know, you do. Ignore damage, but he only has 4 wounds, so he has to pass one of these, which he does.
Yes!
And he has morale to take now.
Oh no!
So he's +5 on a leadership of 8. So he needs a 1, 2, or 3 in order to pass the morale.
50-50.
Oh, what happens?
Oh, it's a 5!
Oh, no. So, it takes an extra wound, aka the monolith couldn't self-repair itself. It represents a whole variety of different things. The monolith will go down. He has to roll a dice, a d12. On a 10, every unit within 12 inches takes a blast marker.
Well.
Oh, sorry, 6 inches, 12 inches. Like the mega explosion of death. No. So it's a tame explosion, but the monolith is no more. Get him out of here. So now I have to do my super heavy. So I have 6, I need 5s. Come on, come on, come on. I take 4 so far, and then I need a 1 or a 2 from Ral, because he's leadership 8. I think he's leadership 8, I'll check. But no, so he takes 5 damage.
Cool.
That's it. This means he's not critically damaged, he's just damaged. Space contact over there.
He needs 5.
Oh, wow. Destroyers have a 5-up? Yeah. Wow, that's so strong. 5-up saves are like ridiculously good in Apocalypse. Okay, so they fail 3. Do they have a... They have a... Okay. So he needs to pass 2 of them. And then pass your morale on top of that.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
So close. Oh, I don't know why you rolled a...
I don't know why I didn't.
Okay. So they do die. The destroyers have gone down. Perfect, perfect. These witches are in the building now. They took a large blast marker, so they need a 6 up as they were taking fire. 6 up on a d6. Hiya! Yay!
Oh, no.
Yeah! They took cover and didn't take any damage. Good job. Lich Guard. Will they survive the onslaught of the Cult of Strife? Needing 4s because they have shields. Which takes them... No, d6s.
No, they haven't.
Oh, they always roll. No, it's. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Large blast
Pardon me,
markers.
pardon me.
It's all good.
I got excited.
It's all good. Yeah, I got really excited. He has 4 up saves, but they are large blast markers, so
Alright,
it's on
let's try this again.
d6s. Let's try that.
4 ups.
Once again, they are going to take 2 damage so far. They have 2 wounds, correct?
They have 2.
Okay.
They have 4 wounds total.
What? A 10-man unit has 4 wounds.
Let me double check. Oh, please.
Wow, that is crazy strong. Yes,
four
they are
wounds.
definitely 4 wounds. Ouchies. Okay, ignore damage on 6s. And they ignore 1 damage. So they have 1 damage. And guess what? At the start of the next turn on a 5, they'll just go away anyway. Oh, terrifying. These witches over here are
In trouble.
get excited. So 6s, because they are in defensible terrain. Hiya! Ooh, they take 2. Needing 6s to ignore the pain. Yes!
Oh, no.
So they take 1 damage, and they've taken 4 blast markers. So morale, and they're going to take a wound. So they do take 2 wounds, which will mean they will be critically damaged. But they do have 1 more turn, at least, remaining in them. The Lich Guard do need to take morale as well, which we forgot. Leadership 8.
Yes.
It's plus 6. So on a 1 or 2, they're fine. Oh, was it 5? Okay, so on a
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, they are okay. They care not. Cool. And do they ignore the damage?
Well, they're fine on a 1.
Oh, that's right. You auto passed.
Yeah.
Look at me. Look at me just assuming stuff here. Move they're out of command marker because Lilith moved up at the end of the turn to get them within command. Okay, so now the Immortals. They have 1 large, 1 small.
6s.
Yep. On 6s. Oh, good.
So 1 wound goes through.
Yep. Will they ignore the damage?
Nope.
Nope. And they can't fail leadership 8, right?
No, they cannot.
Okay, perfect. So they are good. They took 1 large blast marker, so they're just going to take a wound because they're out in the open. And do they ignore the damage? They do not, and their leadership is fine. So they just take 1 damage token, but that is just half. So they are fine at the moment. So that's... Oh, and then you get to pick another unit. But I'm just going to do the Raider because it doesn't matter on this side of the table.
Yep, I will make the
He just has a ignore damage on a 6. Nope. And then a leadership test. He's fine. So he takes a wound as well. And who?
The Wraiths on a 5.
Okay. Very cool.
Nope.
Ha! Take
Ignore
that.
it.
Take that. Oh, they do. They don't care about the damage. And it's too high of a leadership to even worry about leadership. Okay, so Urin gives him +1 save on the grotesques. Nope. So that's 3 ignore damages on the grotesques here. They ignore 2, but they only have 2 wounds because it's a 3-man unit. So they are dead. Okay, Transcendent Satan now.
6s.
It's a small blast, so he get. Oh, sorry. I totally picked up a d12. It's green. I thought he. Whoops!
Necron player throwing green dice. Who would have thought?
Well, they're all like your 6s and your 8s and your 12s. Okay, so he's fine. Okay, he loves it. Okay. Whoops, sorry. That Talos over there has 4 up saves thanks to Uri and Rakarth nearby. He takes both of them. Does he ignore damage? He doesn't, so he's just gonna die. Ouch. The warrior blob in the back there just took 1, right?
Being an 8.
Cool. Small blast marker? Yeah. Being an 8, they're fine, and they don't care about leadership. Okay, and then I have that raider in the back there. It's a large blast marker, so he can't save. Does he ignore damage? He does! Yay! And then morale, he should be okay with a 5. Each unit. So now the scarabs. So which one?
We'll do the big ones automatically take a wound.
Okay. Can they ignore damage?
Yes, they can.
Cool. Very cool. So.
No, they can't. There's no crit tech.
Oh, okay. So they don't ignore damage. They just take a wound.
Take a wound.
And they need like a 10 or something. No. So they take a wound as well. And are their leadership 8 as well?
Yes, they are.
Okay. So super high leadership on them too. Uri and Rakarth is going to need a good roll or he's going to die. So he's in the cut. He has a 6-up save regardless of what happens, which is actually really good. He can reduce his blast markers, but rounding down. So if he has 1, he keeps it. Yeah, he has contempt for death. I did roll him at the end just so he could help everybody else before he potentially dies.
Right.
Okie dokie, folks. Wish me luck. So he has a 6-up armor save. Yay!
Oh, no.
I lived! Does morale here? Oh no! Ooh. I wonder what his morale is. He's leadership 6. Oh, come on.
So he takes a damage.
He's going to take a damage from morale because he's scared of life, apparently.
He's angry.
Great. Thank you so much. Technically, he has a 5-up save, which isn't bad. Okay, so he does have an ignore pain on a 6+. Oh my goodness. Can I roll it again, or does he die? Oh, so close. Yeah, Urian dies. Wah, 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 wah. That was very climactic and then anticlimactic. So I'm going to pick this Talos here to be the new detachment leader. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to use capture and control. So I can move away. It's the end of the turn. I can control this objective even if I move away from it, which is going to be really fun, until he decides to try and move something in range of me. I did lose Urian, which does mean I'm going to lose 1 card. So I'm only going to be drawing 4 cards now, because he killed one of my warlords, which is relatively frustrating. Urian Rakarth was terrified because he thought things were scary. Oh well. He had flashbacks to the old times where he fought the Necrons for the first time, back in the time of the olden days. Okay, so that is the end of turn 2. Right. I do get a point because I hold 3 to your 3 as well. And
do or die time.
It is initiative phase time. You have to take an objective from me next turn.
Yes, I do.
Right, so it's best of 3. Okay, this is all the money here, folks. Okay, but I win the draw this time.
You do.
I do. Okay, what do I get? I get a 7. Ooh, a decent roll. You get a 6.
Oh no.
The Dark Eldar go back to the initiative. Before the third turn starts, he gets to roll to basically remove damage tokens.
So we'll do the vault.
The vault removes 1, so he's basically up to full health. Okay.
Right. The Lich Guard.
The Lich Guard have taken 1, and okay, they keep 1. Good.
The Immortals.
The Immortals. Nope. Okay.
The 1 squad of Scarabs over there.
Very cool. Nope.
Oh.
And the second squad of Scarabs.
And the other squad of Scarabs.
Nope. So the Scarabs are wounded.
And
then the Wraiths took a damage. Was it the Wraiths? Oh no, I think they're fine. Yeah, they haven't taken anything. Okay, and that's that. So I'm going to be using a card before we go. It's the setup reinforcement stage, and I'm going to use a webway portal. Dun dun dun. So I get to pick a light Drukhari unit that has been destroyed, which is not characters.
Sure.
So I'm going to pick the Grotesques.
Oh no.
Because they are power level 5.
Yep.
Right? And I get to roll. If I exceed their power level rating, I return to the battlefield anywhere more than 9 inches from any enemy units. And they act as their own little detachment.
Huh.
Cool. So do I get it? I do. Oh no, it has to be over. Dang it. Nope, that's it. Wah, wah. I can put this command asset back into my hand if it doesn't happen. Cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, so I tried to bring in a unit of grotesques, but that didn't happen. And now we pick our cards and set up orders. Okay, so we've revealed everything. Pretty much everything in my army is advanced except for the Ravagers. They're locking on, and they're assaulting. So they're basically going to double move this turn, which is pretty cool. And I picked the Coven unit to go first. However, John decided to try and seize initiative, which means he gets to then pick a detachment to carry out their order before me. However, one of the cards I drew is Agents of Vex.
Oh, no.
So I roll a d12. On a 4+, Vex says no.
Come on.
Vex says... Damn it! No, because he locked on with this detachment, which is really dangerous, because he was banking on it, so I can't tie him up in close combat. I love it. Okay. Anyway, so Vex didn't work, but that's a fun one to have. I wish I would have had it when my Titan was taking damage. Oh, and I did do a Psychic Power for Conceal, which means he can only shoot my Titan if it's the closest target. He's actually assaulting with the Scarabs first, which means they're in combat with the... they're 5-man, 6-man, 6-man. They're all 6-man. And then he's putting 2 units of Scarabs into that unit of troops because they're OBSEC. He needs to try and take this objective, or else it will be defeat. So let's see what happens as we move into the end of well, he's just basically double moving them. And now he got his commander up here. Oh, and base to base here as well. To get them in command range.
Necron Homebrew.
Very cool.
Orbital Bombard.
Star Pulse. Very cool. Select a unit within 6 inches of a point. And on a 4+. Cool. Roll a d6 for each unit, subtracting 1 if it's a light character, and adding 1 if it's a super heavy or garrisoning a terrain feature. On a 4+, place the blast marker. Cool.
So I will choose there.
Very cool. Awesome. I like it.
So I will
And it's for each unit, even yours.
And mine?
Yes.
Well, then I'll wait.
It's not each enemy unit. It's each unit within 6 inches of that point.
And we'll do something a little bit different. We'll go this way first.
Okay, self-destruct. Okay, great. After is fought, so you get to fight with them first.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, and then you get to explode.
Then we'll fight.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I can take both attacks on.
Yeah, so you attack with one unit, you attack with another unit, then you can like self-destruct with one of the units if you want, or whichever one you want after they fight.
Right.
But now you get to do a fight action with all 3 of these and your Overlord against the Rex. The 2 units of Scarabs attacking that unit of Cavalry Warriors. 8 attacks in total.
Needing force.
Yep. A couple of hits.
No ones.
Very cool, very cool.
Now these need 9s.
I like it. So just going in, attacking, and then one of them gets to self-destruct and put like 6 blast markers on me. I love it because they have a stratagem that Scarabs just auto-destruct. It's really fun.
So that's
2
a large blast marker.
Well, 1 large blast marker on these Cablites. To self-destruct, which is very simple, you roll a d6 for every model in the Scarabs unit. On a 3 to 7, or d12, sorry. On a 3 to 7, you put 1 blast marker. On an 8+, you put 2 blast markers. So there's 6 in the unit. He's self-destructing. So he rolls 6 d12s as they do damage. Okay, so nothing here. And...
2 go down?
The 3s do. 3s does. Was there a 3?
No,
Okay.
there was not.
So that's a large blast marker,
2
a large blast marker, and then a small blast marker. So 2 large and a small. So then he basically killed the wounded unit. Now he still has some attacks into the grotesques, and then he still has attacks into that unit of Rax as well. Very cool.
Into the grotesques.
I like it.
2 hits.
Very nice. Very nice.
9s.
Nothing. Into the grotesques. Overlord gets 1 attack into the Rex.
Needing a 2.
I like it. Hits.
Needing an 8.
Oh, very nice. Nothing.
There's no lord of his faction around, so...
Very cool. Now he's doing the Solar Pulse. So he's picking this unit here. He's going to roll for his Scarabs, my grotesques, both Venoms, that Raider, my characters, and the Cavalite Warriors, needing a 4 plus,
4 up.
and a 3 up for the guys in buildings, and -1 for light characters.
Yes.
So that's a 4 up as well. That's a 5 up. Okay,
Yes.
very cool. He
So
can't hit him.
We'll do the Cavalry Warriors first.
Okay, needing a 3 up because they're in a building. Okay, so they take another blast marker. Perfect.
The Warlock in the building.
This guy.
Or that
Yeah.
guy.
So
Okay.
-1 plus 1. So no. The Farseer.
Farseer.
Very cool. He
Yes.
does. He takes 1. Very nice.
The Raider.
The Raider
Nope.
takes no.
The Venom.
This Venom here. Yes.
Yes.
The other Venom
The other Venom.
as
Yes.
well. 2 Venoms. Grotesques.
Oh yeah.
Does.
Yes.
Cool.
And then my Scarabs.
Yep. The wounded unit.
Wounded Scarabs. Yes.
Yep.
Non-wounded unit. No.
No. Okay, cool. So they take a blast, and pretty much everybody took a blast. I'm activating my Coven because I feel Coven-y right now. There's not much I can do. Is that a heavy or a light?
Heavy.
Heavy, okay. So they're all going to shoot at him.
Oh no.
Yes.
Don't do it.
So I'm going to start with that Talos over there, needing 4s. Nope. The next Talos over. Yes, needing 4s again. 2 large blast marker on him. How many wounds does he have?
2.
Okay, so the third Talos, same target. 1 hit. And nothing. The fourth Talos, no hits. Then I'm going to do the Inferno and the other thing into that. Into that. No, the one gun's going to go into the Immortals. The other one's going to go into the those guys.
The Warriors.
The Warriors. So I guess the Warriors missed. Oh no, it auto hits. Wah. So it's actually a D12 to wound. Nope. It's a reroll 1s to wound because it's a. Unless it's only in the combat phase. Nope, reroll 1. Oh, with melee weapons. Wah. So nothing. Cool. And then
Into the Immortals.
and then into the Immortals, it does get 1 shot with a vortex. Habow! 1 hit. And needing a 6.
Oh, no.
1 blast marker on those Immortals.
Little.
Last but not least, that Raider in the back, going to shoot as well into the Immortals. He hits. And Disintegrator needs a 5. No. Sad face. And then in close combat, I'm attacking your Wraiths with my Talos.
Sure.
3's to hit. 3 hits. And a decent amount to wound. Reroll on, so that's 2. 1 large blast marker on the Wraiths. Oh, and then against the Scarabs over there, my Grotesques get to swing. So Flesh Gauntlets is the only one they're in base contact with. 2 hits. And 1 large blast marker. And then the other attacks. Ooh, 2 hits. These are the big ones. 1 more blast marker on there.
On the little guys.
On the guys that are still, So that small blast marker turns into a large one. So you've taken 2 large. Yeah. That's it. That's all I can do with the Coven. He is activating Deceiver's unit. They're switching to Assault so they can double move. Okay, so the Deceiver switched to Assault. With their double move, the Necrons have swarmed this objective to prevent me from being able to put OBSEC near it. He's essentially neutered that unit as much as he can, which is crazy. And then just stop these guys from being able to get out. So I have to get out on this side or move. And he's just kind of getting all up in my face. And this monolith has consolidated, so it's ended a move phase again within an inch. So he's going to see if he sucks me in to do another blast marker worth of damage.
Portal is
The super portal. Oh, and this
5
unit of
plus.
Warriors kind of moved back as well. Okay. No sucking my feet in this time. Okay, now no shooting can happen because they assaulted, but he can do combats
right
from the units.
So we'll do.
Even the monolith can't shoot because it's part of the detachment.
So the Deceiver.
Punching my Titan.
Is he -1 to hit in close
No.
combat? So these need 2s.
Very cool. We 2 hits. Very
These
nice.
need 6s.
Ooh, very good. Very nice. 2. 1 large blast marker on my Revenant. These guys are attacking this unit in the building. He's not taking any chances. He's rolling 4 attacks into the alt-sec stuff.
Okay, they reroll 1s.
They do, because the Lord is nearby.
Oh,
Oh no, and then...
they need 7s.
Very cool. Nothing.
Nothing.
No extra damage on the Cabalites. Large man attacking the Grotesques.
Needing a 2.
Very cool. Ooh, hit.
Needing
Nice.
an 8.
Very cool.
That
definitely not a flat dice. Nope.
Oh, but he's not within 6. And
But he's
not
heavy, right?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, perfect. We did forget the monolith doesn't get to attack.
Crushing bulk.
That's right.
Needing a 6.
That's right, because he's, trying to bounce into me. Punk. Punk, punk. Yeah. So I'm going to activate the Cabal of the Blackheart detachment using priority orders received. So I get to pick my Warlord and a detachment that's within 24 inches of my Warlord, and I basically get to switch there. They basically have to carry out the same action both. So I'm going to get them both the advance action, and then they both carry it out at the same time.
Ah.
Yeah, so I'm going to switch them to advance instead of lock on, and then they get to advance as well. So basically, the priority orders received, I get to pick a unit within 24 and change their action. It doesn't make me do it at the same time. It just means that now they both have advance, which means I can move my Ravagers and then shoot with them instead of being stuck in one spot, which is kind of, was looking at it and I'm like, I wish I could move them. So I was able to use that to change their order, which is cool. But now this detachment is now moved back. They are in close combat, but they're in a defensible ruin, so they're able to shoot as well. So what I'm going to do here is, oh, by the way, we found out splinter cannons are indeed rapid fire, so they get 4 shots at 18 inches. Hooray. Okay, so we have, I'm just going to shoot into this unit of warriors, essentially. So this unit of Cavalry warriors is 2 guys inside, 3s, and then needing 5s. Nothing. Then I have the Venom itself, lots of shots. So 3 hits. Needing le 5s. That's 1 large blast marker on that unit of warriors.
Large.
Now this unit of cavalry warriors can do the same. So the rapid fire rifles, 2 hits. And needing 5s from poison. 1 small blast marker. And then the venom, 3 hits. Needing 5s. 1 large blast marker.
Large.
Very cool, very cool. Then I'm going to do the disintegrated cannon from the Raider. Hits, needing 5s as well. Nothing. Okay. And then this unit's going to shoot all its rifles into there, which is 2 rifles, rapid fires 4 shots. And then the Lance will shoot into the Catacomb Command Batch.
Oh no!
Yes. 2 hits, needing 5s. They're going out with a bang of glory with a large blast marker on those warriors.
Large.
And a lance shot.
Into this
hits, yes. Hits and needs 5s. That's 1 blast marker into him on a 7. Yep. And now it is Necron time.
Has he activated?
Yeah, that's part of this unit here. They've activated.
Have they activated?
They have not activated. And neither has the witches. And neither has that detachment over there. And now activating the Supreme Command Detachment. If he wants to try and fall back with the Lich Guard, he has to roll off, because witches hold you in combat.
Don't you?
Yes, we do. Okay, so the Lich Guard want to try and fall back?
Yes, they do.
Cool, and we roll off on a d12. Haha! And the witches hold you in combat.
Well, that's just fine.
Okay. Haha! Okay, so Caesarius is now going to try and boost the second unit of guys with a 3.
Ballistic skill improved by 1.
Oh, they hit on 2s now. So this unit here now hits on 2s because Trazyn is making them amazing. Okay, so he's using Cosmic Fire, picking this. So every unit within 9 inches.
Should be
Pretty much everyone. Every enemy unit within 9 inches.
Yes.
So that unit, and a bunch of the Talos. On a 4+, they take a blast marker, but because he's Titanic, it's on a 3+, they take blast markers.
So we'll start this way.
And we'll just go around.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so-
So, the witches,
Ladies.
well, hold on, let me get some blast markers here. So the witches, might as well grab a few, considering we're probably going to have to do a bunch of these, because there's a lot of mobs. Okay, so this unit of witches, boom, they take a blast marker.
Witches in the building.
In the building, no.
Nothing.
They are safe from the cosmic fire.
Talos right below.
Okay, that one does
No.
not take a blast marker. Very interesting.
The other one.
This one,
Yep.
back here, cool. He does,
Yes.
so that's a blast marker there. This one that is already wounded.
Woundy
He
does.
does as well.
Non-woundy.
This one back here does
Yes.
as well. The
And
Kronos
the Chronos does.
does as well. Wow, that's Super Pulse of Doom. Put a lot of damage on everything around it. So Satan powers into here. 2 shots. Destroyers, of course, because they're super nasty.
3s.
1 hit.
And then I need a 5.
And it is a destroyer as well. Ooh, nasty.
No.
Oh, yay! Little Talus that could.
So we'll fire the Tesla spheres into the ladies in the building.
Okay, into them. Cool. So needing 4s to hit. Because they're in a building, so they're obscured.
Oh.
Be -1 to hit them.
Is it the same for the fellas in the crater?
They are, because they're defending the crater, which is a defensible terrain feature.
Might shoot the building.
You shoot the witches? Yeah. Very cool. So needing 4s to hit the witches. Ah, not bad. Pretty decent.
Yeah, and then these will need 6s.
Very cool. 6s because they are infantry, which is good. And this witch unit has already taken 2 damage. Shoot two damage counters on that unit. So the witches have a little bit of fight left in them. They've been fantastic. So they've taken 2 large blast markers.
2 large.
2 large into them. And now fighting. So we've got the Lich Guard and then the 2 characters that have decided to charge the forest area.
So the Lich Guard will do into
this unit.
the witches.
Okay.
I guess they're all witches.
Yep.
Needing 3s.
Which is which? See what I did there?
Needing 6s.
Very cool. 2 blast markers, so a large blast.
And then a
Okay,
7s.
so we've got the lords here, right?
Yep.
So we have,
the regular lord.
yep,
3s.
he does.
And then a
8.
7.
Oh, 7.
It's an 8
Plus
but
1.
Plus 1 because Anrakir.
Very cool. So no.
And then Anrakir himself.
The lord himself.
Needing a 2.
That's right. He does. Very nice, very
And
nice.
then this will need a 6
Because he has a...
8 plus 1 plus his warlord trait.
Very cool. That's pretty awesome. Doesn't he have 2 attacks with his warlord trait? Oh no, that was my warlord. So nothing onto those
Nada.
witches. Okay.
Alright.
Okay. I'm okay with that. Is it my turn now?
It is your turn.
Is it my turn now? I can do stuff?
You can do things.
Hooray! Alright, I'm going to use Shock Assault. Haha. On this detachment here that is assaulting, basically allows them to do their double move and still shoot.
Whoa!
Yeah. They can make 1 shoot action instead of a fight action, even though they're assaulting. Which
Whoa.
means with Venoms, they can move 32 inches and still shoot. Yeah.
Crazy.
Super fast. So Caesaris is going to shoot into the witches. Sorry, forgot that. That because they're even though they're in close combat, they're in defensible position. It is -1 to hit them, but you can shoot at units that are in like defensible positions. He missed.
He missed.
Okay, very cool. I have moved this assaulting element of my army up, and I'm going to start shooting into some Viziers.
No, don't do it.
So start with them. 2 shots from the guys inside. Pow, pow, pow. 1 hit. Needing 5s to do a damage into those warriors. Yes. So that small turns into a large.
Oh dear.
And that's 4 large blast markers so far. But they're out of 6 inches of their... Right? They're out of 6 inches of him, or they were just with it?
Are, yeah, they are out.
Okay, so they don't get their 6 up, ignore damage, and they need to roll on d6s, but their armor's 8s.
Yes.
Okay. Unless there's a stratagem that you have, which you used on the yeah. Okay, so they should be dead. Okay, so that means I can now start shooting at other stuff as much as as much as I can. Okay, so over here, that was this unit inside. So the Venom itself, sorry, I've got all this stuff, is going to be shooting at that other unit of warriors over here. So it just has 2 shots at long range, 1 hit, and needing 5s to wound. 1 blast marker on that big unit.
Little.
Then 1 shot from that warrior missed, and then the actual Venom is in rapid fire range. So that's only 1 hit from that Venom. But it is a blast marker.
Turns at large.
Okay. And then this Venom over here, 4 shots, 3 hits, needing 5s into that big unit of warriors as well. Well, 1 large blast marker from that Venom. And then this unit of cavalry warriors into them as well. 2 hits from the guys inside and nothing. And then the Venom, 4 hits. Come on, Venom, poison. 1 more large blast marker.
Oh dear.
Yeah, go. Blam, 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 blam. So when those venoms decide to go off, they can be really fun. And that is my activation. That turn for my Poison Tongue Cabal. Is activating the Locking On Battalion. Locked on.
All right, let's lock this down
Okay.
into there.
Very cool. Needing -1 because they're in a forest.
Oh no! So these need 3s because
Correct.
they didn't move.
They need.
They
Who is
reroll
this?
1s.
They need
The
2s.
The Immortals need,
Hit on 3s. -1 is 4s. Yeah.
but they stood still, so they get +1.
Immortals get +1. Is that a rule for them?
I thought it was. Aim
Oh,
fire.
aim fire. You're right. Oh, see, look, me not paying attention to the own rules of Apocalypse.
It's okay. This time anyway. And then I need SAP of 7.
Very cool. They haven't taken any damage. It's very important for them to take damage because they only have 1 wound remaining. So
It's a large.
1 large. Oh no. Gauss cannon from the command barge as well.
And I believe that's
I like
just a 1.
Cool. 1 shot. +1, -1 hits.
And then that needs a 6 as well.
Very cool.
Hold please. Hold please. 5.
5. Very nice. Very nice. It does. That's a small blast marker. The small immortal unit, 1 shot into them. +1, -1.
Hits.
It does. Does not wound.
There's a lord nearby.
Oh no. Okay, yes.
Still nothing.
Yeah, soak up more damage, witches in the forest. You can do this.
All right. So we will now take this back line of
Yep.
into
Into the Chronos.
Into the
They're just
Chronos.
rapid firing everything into the
I
Chronos.
get 2 double shots
Yeah.
because they're there.
So 8 shots.
8 shots,
Ouch.
hitting on 2s.
Yep.
Ooh,
Hmm?
no. I beg your pardon. They are going to shoot into there because they've received Caesar's blessing.
Oh, so they hit on 2s regardless. So long range, no rapid fire, but you're hitting on 2s.
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense. And re-rolling 1s because of my will be done.
Yes.
Doesn't matter because you hit every time.
And then these need a 7.
Yes, they do. You're trying to just get rid of these witches in the forest as much as
Reroll
possible.
the 1s.
Oh no! That lord coming in handy.
That's,
Oh, so that's 2 large blast markers on there. Oh no. Shoot the Chronos with the front unit.
gonna leaf blower that Chronos. Let's see some 2s.
I love it.
That's
Oh,
reroll
very
the 1.
nice. That's 7 hits onto that poor Chronos.
That's 8
oh, no.
hits.
You hit on 2s. That's right. That locked on really coming in handy. You know, this is you shooting stuff at close range with warriors. That's like your favorite thing to do in all the land.
I'm in heaven right now. these need nothing.
Okay. John and I were just saying how it's really fun that we've been beating each other up, but we still have like most of our armies left, which is really fun.
There's still 115.
What do you
infantry.
need? 2 large blast markers on that Chronos.
Let's shoot it.
Okay, so that was that. That unit has decided to shoot. Fair enough, fair enough. So now I get to activate a detachment. So let's see what I do here. I am advancing them so they get to move and then they get to shoot. I'm putting all the disintegrator cannons into that unit of Necron warriors, and I'm putting the 2 lances that can shoot into that Catacomb Command Barge and 1 lance into that monolith over here. Okay, so I have all the disintegrators. That's 6 disintegrator shots. Needing 3s. Tick, 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 tick. 4 hit. Very cool, very cool. Needing 5s. So that's 2 large blast markers. Go disintegrators, yeah. 1 dark lance into that monolith over there. Pew! Hit, needing a 5. Wounds, so 1 small blast marker onto that monolith. And then 2 into that heavy character over there. 3s, yeah. Needing 5s, because you're heavy. 1 blast marker
That turns it large.
into him. Yeah, 2 large on that guy. That's right. That's right, you take that. Go Ravagers, and that's it. But the biggest thing was trying to get rid of that big 20-man blob there, and this 20-man blob, and really kind of turn the tide in terms of the numbers war. There's just so many of them I have to try and get rid of. And as we're here in basically towards the end of turn 3, the assault order was carried out by the 2 Satans. So Nightbringer basically double moved, got into combat with the Grotesque, put a large blast marker on them. The Transcendent Satan put a blast marker on, or didn't actually, he whiffed completely. The Necron Lord and the Wraiths put 2 large blast markers on that Talos. So other than that, it is now up to me. He has nothing left to activate. I have the Witches left to activate, and I have my Revenant Titan, the Farseer, the Warlock, and the Spirit Seer left to activate as well. Okay, so it seems like I won't be able to take that objective. However, I might be able to take that objective. If they die, then they disappear and he doesn't hold that objective at the end of the turn, which will be a big deal. Big if, because they do have all the buffs. They have everything, the deny damage, this, all that good stuff. So what do I want to activate? I think I'm going to activate the Witches, because they don't have anything better to do. So now I get to do Spectacle of Murder. So all my Cult of Strife units add +1 to their attacks characteristics when they fight.
Oh, dear.
So they got +1 attack. Yes, go my pretties, go. Okay, so the Witches went. They did an attack, so it was 10 attacks for them. They hit 10 times and did like 6 blast markers. So all in all, with Lilith attacking, them attacking, I put 5 large blast markers on the Lich Guard. And then the Lance from that Raider put a small blast marker on the Catacomb Command Barge. And I still get 1 more activation, and that will be my detachment of these guys. So, and I moved with them so they can move. However, I can fall back with him and still shoot, or I can keep him there and shoot into the monolith and then, see what happens. So we'll see what I do here. Okay, so I'm gonna move and then I'm gonna shoot basically everything into that monolith except the rockets. They're going into that guy. Okay, folks, in shooting, I was able to put 3 large blast markers onto that monolith in close combat and shooting. And I was able to put another large blast marker on the Catacomb Command Barge. So hopefully I take him out. But now we do the damage phase. And it is...
You have initiative.
I have initiative, so I have to roll first. I have 1 save to make on my Big Titan. Yeah. It is a large blast, so I need a 5 up. Yeah!
Oh, no.
And then I need a morale. He's a 7 now, +1, so I can't fail it. Because you have Terror Troops nearby, which is the Satan, the Deceiver. So my Revenant Titan is fine. So I'm using this at the start of the damage phase. This entire Coven detachment, so all the Talus that took a bunch of damage, have ignore damage 5+ for this damage phase, which is probably going to be really clutch in this point in time. Okay, so John's being really sneaky. He's miraculously escaping them. Miraculously, they lose a blast marker, and then they go to ground, which means he gets to roll. No, you double the roll.
Saves.
Yeah, the saves. So they save on 8s. So you roll d6s. So you need 4 ups essentially, which is great because they have no one in base space. Very, very smart move, just to keep his guys alive. So I picked a unit, so he's fine, and then his conceal goes away for this turn. You have to do it on the monolith next.
Okay,
See what happens.
Some 5s.
Okay, let's see what happens with the monolith here. It's a small, and then 3 large. Yeah.
5s.
Oh my goodness.
He's perfectly fine.
Gracious. Take that morale. Take that morale.
That's 4, so don't
Yeah.
go higher than a 4.
No, that monolith is completely fine. Get out of here. This is what you wish your monoliths were, 40k fans. This unit of witches is taking a bunch of damage. They need 6s to miraculously survive as they get blasted out of this forest. Nope. And then ignore pain 6 ups. No, you finally removed the entire unit.
We did. So
The Lich Guard. They took 5 this time.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, yeah, go witches.
All right.
Spectacle of Murder.
Let's see some 4s. Let's see some 4s.
I love it. Okay. Oof, they fail 3.
3.
And I don't think there's a Cryptek nearby.
There's no Cryptek nearby.
So they are gonzo.
They're gone.
Oh, the flank. They kind of like knocked each other out. Unless there's something you have that's super special.
No.
No? Oh, no,
It's
that's a
because
shame.
I didn't do it at the beginning of the turn.
Oh, no, what would have that done?
Remove D3
Blast
wounds.
markers. Oh, wow, at the start of the turn. So you could have, the Medicae supplies, you could have healed
Yes.
them.
But it was at
Fancy.
the start of the turn and I misread the card, so I removed my Lich Guard.
They disappeared. Bow. Okay, so now I will do the same with this unit here. They're going to take 1 wound because of the large blast marker. And the small blast marker, I get a 8 up save, 8+ On a d12, they pass it on a 9. Yeah. So they take 1 damage. Do they feel pain? They do. They take 1 damage, so they're critically damaged now. I'll just move that on them. And do they fail their morale test? They don't. They pass it on a 4. Their leadership 6. So those witches are in the fight for at least another turn. A large blast marker on them as well. They need a 5 up. That fails, so they die. Just kidding.
They do.
They do.
They take a wound.
They have a cryptek nearby, though.
Oh, they do.
So on a 6, they ignore it. And that fails. No. Okay. So they do take a damage, and their leadership 8, so they don't care. I have... this unit has taken 2 wounds so far in the battle, and they're in defensible terrain, so they get a 6-up save. Go, witches! Yes, they pass 1. And then a feel no pain of a 6+. No. And do they pass their morale test? They do, because they took 2 blast markers with a 5. Their leadership 6. Ooh. They are also critically damaged, however, alive. The barge now has 3 large and 1 small blast marker on this barge.
Eating 5.
Okay. What happens here? Oh, he takes the 3 wounds.
Crypteks are nearby.
The cryptek. They do have 2 wounds each, right? Because they're barges. They do have 2 wounds. And he is going to go down. That will reduce John's cards by 1. Because that was a warlord. Right. So it just gets put on the highest leadership character. He's putting on the cryptek.
I will put it on the cryptek.
Very cool. So now the cryptek is leading that detachment. And this overlord is still leading this detachment over here. And then... Oh, okay, that's good. That kind of offsets me losing Uri and Rakarth there for the cards. This wounded Talus over here needs 5s. And 5s for feel no pain? No, he's going to go down.
All right.
Dead Talus.
I'll take 1 flat wound on that Scarab base. I can't save it.
Which one?
The large blast templates.
There are 2 blasts there.
Oh, then I'll take 2 wounds.
And it has 4? They have 4
critical.
in total?
Yep.
Cool. So they are criticaled. Awesome. My grotesques here, they take 1 damage with the blast, large, and then they take 2 damage. Do they feel no pain on 5s? They don't, so they are going away. This Scarab
roll that Scarab.
needs a 10?
Needs a 10.
Ooh,
he's all right.
He's okay, they don't care. We have this Kronos that took a bunch of damage. So 2 large blast markers and a small. Cool, so it saves that one. And then feel no pains on the 2 larges. The Kronos goes down as well. Once Urien kind of went down, that whole Coven flank is like just completely crumbling. 3 damage on them, that's all I can do. This miraculous escape, quite literally miraculously escape them. Right. However, the morale is going to be the big one.
So, add
on
3.
A 5, they pass.
Yeah.
On a 6.
Or 1, 2, and 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, they pass.
Are they leadership 7?
8.
8, yes. So they've passed on...
Oh, they pass up to 5.
Yeah, up to 5.
Roll a 6.
Yeah, so on a 6, no. They do not take an extra damage. They are critically damaged, though, taking 3 wounds. He has a small blast marker. He has a 5-up save for the Farseer. And he's okay. And will he take a wound from morale? No. Thank goodness.
Let's see what happens with the go-to ground.
Okay. They have a 4-up saves, and there's 5 of them in there. Could be... Oh my goodness gracious.
1 wound.
Oh no. Feel no pain because of the cryptek?
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Cryptek's right there. Nope, they do take damage, but just 1 damage.
Now do they fail morale?
Oh, that's right.
1, 2, or 3?
Yeah.
It's
Could be 2 damage. No.
So?
And they ignore the damage on a 6+ from the morale as well because they're super tough. No. So they do take 2 damage, however, they're not critically damaged. Okay, he's actually gonna use insane bravery and make them pass their morale. So they all in all just take 1 damage.
Jeez.
These Cavalry Warriors, they're in a building. They need 6s because they took a lot of firepower. Ooh, they passed 1. And then ignore damage on 6s. Come on, Cavalites! No, they're dead.
They're dead.
They are dead. Over here, I should have kept on shooting at them to get rid of those 20 warriors. Okay, over here, 5-up save for that Talus. He's okay. 5-up save for that Talus that's wounded. He's not okay. Ignore damage on a 5-up. No, he's gonna go down. That was not my detachment commander. Morale actually for them. Does it matter? No. And then 5-up for that guy. No, and then 5-up. Yes, so he doesn't take damage. Morale, he's okay as well. So these two guys are fine. So I only have 3 Talus left out of 6. Okay, what else do I have to do damage against? I have some Venoms and stuff. So these Venoms over here. I rolled D6s for small blast markers. Oh well, that's okay. Over here, this Venom is okay. That Raider is okay. This Venom over here is okay as well. Ooh. Very, very cool. And then Morales, he takes a wound. He's okay. And he does not take a wound because of leadership. Actually, I'll check. Okay, so that's a failed morale there. That's a failed morale there. So 6-up, feel no pains. There's some fires on board or an engine failure. So let's see what happens. Do they feel no pain? No. Does that one feel no pain? No. So 2 Venoms go down because of the damage. And that Raider is okay. 1 blast marker on that immortal unit.
All right. Then they need a 6.
Okay. Oh, they're fine. They're okay. They don't care. Necrons, crazy tough. Is the end of turn 3. So Necrons control 1, 2, 3, 4 objectives to my 2, which means that they get their first point.
Yes.
This is good. They're putting a lot of pressure on the Drukhari. With that, we move on to turn 4, and we roll on the initiative. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Hiya! The Dark Eldar roll a 5. I retain the initiative for the turn. And start of the turn, of course, the the silly Necrons get to ignore all their damage.
On a 5.
The Immortals, they're okay.
The vault.
The Vault is
full.
at full health. Super exciting. The Wraiths themselves. They still are wounded.
The
big unit of warriors, yes, they keep their wound. Thank goodness.
The critically wounded.
Yep, the critically wounded unit.
Are no longer critically wounded.
No, they lose their critical hit.
The critically
And then
wounded bugs.
The bugs, the scarabs, they also lose their critical wounded hit. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. With that, we're going to move now into the place reserves roll. I want to bring in a unit, and I want to bring in my unit of Cablight Warriors. So I need to roll. It is a 5+ to bring them in, because they have a Dark Lance. Can I bring them in with a Webway Strike? I do! They arrive anywhere on the table. And they're their own little detachment. Yeah. Okay, so turn 4. Revealing orders, advance for pretty much everything, except for my Talus. They're gonna assault the Talus unit. They want to double their move if possible. And then advance. These guys are gonna lock on back here. To get +1 to hit. They came in reserves, they come in, they're defending this defensible terrain piece right here. And then of course, basically assault on pretty much everything, because we're so close and it's getting pretty nasty out here. So let's see what happens. I do get to decide to make a unit go first. So you've basically, and you can always change the one with the Satan as well. Wait, so Medicaid supplies, D3 damage tokens removed from these warriors, and he removes 1. Kaboom! So 1 damage token removed. Okay, so Archon Skari has gotten out into combat with this big blob of warriors. This Raider's kind of moved up as well, the same as these Cablight Warriors have kind of moved back this way. So I'm gonna just attack, do some shooting. This Disintegrator Cannon is going to shoot into this Catacomb Command Barge. Pow-pow! Hits. Oh, I don't know why I did that, because it's a heavy target. That's okay. Oh, it does wound though. Yay! Oh no! Hooray! Okay, and then in close combat, Archon Skari does have his famed savagery, so he gets 2 attacks. The Urgol gets 2 attacks, and the Slith gets 1 attack. Okay, the Urgol gets 3s, rerolling misses because Archon Skari's nearby. So 1 hit from the Urgol. Hitting on 2s for Archon Skari. These need 7s against infantry, because it's the same. His Huskblade and the claws and teeth from the Urgol, which is kind of cool, actually. 1 blast marker. And then the Slith hits on 3s Rerolling thanks to Archon Skari. No thank you, my lords, for him. Okay, so I just did the blast marker in combat there. And that's it. Activating the super heavy detachment, which is now this guy, right? But he's out of command right now, so he has to make sure he ends the turn in command.
Within 12?
Yes, as long as he stays close. And this lord here, and then that, and then Anriker, right?
Caesaris.
Yes,
Yeah.
Caesaris. Okay, cool. I activated my witches. They moved up, based the unit that had been activated so they couldn't get shot, and then I basically did some damage into the Immortals. The Immortals successfully fell back, but then he lobbed a Vortex Grenade at my witches to do one large blast marker, even if they're in combat, with a Vortex Grenade, which is crazy important. He's just making sure he doesn't leave that objective unattended, which is a big deal. And then I activated this unit and put another large blast marker on these Immortals. So they're totting around 2 large and a small blast marker. And Lilith also has taken a blast marker as well. Oh man, there's a lot of stuff. And then this unit, the witches, took a large and a small blast marker. So lots of things going on this side of the corner. Like, he is scratching tooth and nail for every objective he can get right now as we move into the end of turn 4 here. He's activated the second super blob of warriors. Move them back, just basically holding that objective with that unit of warriors. This objective is basically held by all this stuff here. The Scarabs still will get to activate the Scarabs and that, and then the Wraiths in this unit here. But he's moving these warriors around and stuff, and getting the Feel No Pain bubbles in position before he gets tied down, all that good stuff. They're gonna shoot into the venom. Okay.
Needing 3s.
Yeah, that's nothing fancy there.
Rerolling 1s.
Oh my goodness. That because there's a barge there?
Yeah,
Makes sense. Cool.
it's much better.
Yeah.
So that's 7.
That's 7 hits. Wow, these big blobs of warriors are absolutely brutally tough. Okay.
Needing 9s.
Knitting 9s, eh?
Rerolling a 1 because there's a
Cool.
lord nearby.
So that's a 6. So 1 blast marker.
1 blast marker.
1 on that little venom.
That as well.
Okay, Gauss Cannon from that into that venom as well.
Needing 2.
He does.
Hit.
Nicely done.
And then
He's
needing
Daka-Dakaing.
7.
Okay, into the little venom.
Yeah.
That is a large blast marker on that venom now. Okay, Molotov into the Titan. Cool.
Okay.
Did some damage, or hit at least, that's good.
Yeah.
5s to hit? Or 5s and 7s or something?
This will be a. Yeah, this will be a 6.
Cool. That's the particle whip.
Yeah.
Nothing?
And then these only 5s.
Oh, okay, cool. Nothing. Okay. Ending his consolidate move or whatever. I don't. Cool. On a 5-up, I would. Super Titan. Just in close combat.
Both hit.
Cool. Very nice.
6s.
I like it.
Large.
2. Nice. 1 large boss. He's going to attack Archon Skari with a bunch of attacks. They all hit. Very nice.
And I need 7s.
In close combat. Not bad. Not bad.
7 and 9 to 7.
I like it.
and 9.
It's pretty cool.
That
2.
is
1 large
large.
blast marker on Skari.
Attack the little warlock.
So they're attacking the Warlock because they're in the defensible terrain. Nice. They hit him all the time. Poor little Warlock. 2 blast markers.
Large blast.
1 large blast marker on the Warlock. The Cryptek and the Lord both attacking the Revenant Titan.
Nothing.
Nothing from
One
the
needs
one guy.
3.
Yep. The
One.
other guy.
And this needs
7s?
10.
Oh, 10. Okay. No.
No.
So nothing from the Lord and the Cryptek against the Titan. Okay, so I'm going to use Pathfinders. I'm going to pick a character, the Latok Warlord, that's him, and he's going to pick an enemy character, which is going to be that Catacomb Command Barge. And I roll dice on a 2. I rolled a d6 on a 2 to 5. I place a blast marker, so it'll turn it into a large. And on a 6, it's 2 blast markers. Hey.
Is that a psychic?
No, it's not a psychic power. So it's just Pathfinder. So he just takes a blast marker, turning that small one into a large one. The Ravagers have moved this way. I've activated the Ravagers. I'm doing all the Disintegrator Cannons into that unit of warriors in the back there that I was shooting at. And the 3 Lances will be firing into that into that Lord there. Into the Cabalite Warriors. Hiya! 3s. Yeah. 5 hit. And 5s to do a damage on those Cabalite Warriors. And by Cabalites, I mean... So 1 large and 1 small on that unit. And then 3 lances into the Catacomb Command Barge. They all missed. Awesome. Cool, so one larger, one small in that unit, which is okay. And that's that unit. You get to activate either the scarabs or the big blob in here.
I will take
This big unit here is basically advanced, so you're just getting everybody up here to try and do as much damage here as possible. The wraiths have taken a wound here, however.
Get out of the crater.
I like it.
3s.
Cool. Who's these? The wraiths?
Yep.
Cool. One hit.
Needing a 6 against personnel.
Okay. Perfect. One blast marker on the Rex combat. Yeah.
Also 2s.
Okay. The Nightbringer is also attacking the Rex. Nice.
Needing 3s.
There you go. That's the spirit, Mr. Nightbringer. 2. So one large blast marker into the Raider. Cool. Destroy Lord into the Raider. One attack. Hits. Very nice.
Needing an 8.
Yeah, that's a 9. One blast marker on the Raider. Transcendent Satan into the unit commander.
He'll reroll that.
Very cool. Oh no.
That's the second time.
That's it happens.
And then a 5.
Very cool. Ooh, one blast marker on that Talos. Activating the unit that I assaulted with, so they double their move, and I fell back with them. They basically double their move characteristic, so they moved up their obsec, which is going to be really good on that objective. We're number 1, which is fantastic. And then over here, they're basically just going to swing and attack at stuff. I did take some damage here, which means that I need to try and get a lot of models here, if at all possible. So they're just going to swing at the Wraiths, because they have taken a wound. First, though, I'm going to shoot the Wraiths with my Disintegrator Cannon, because either... Oh, no, I can't anymore, because I put base to base with them. So I'm going to shoot this Disintegrator Cannon at this unit of Scarabs. Hiya, that hit. Needs a 5. Caught. That's a wound, a blast marker on that unit of Scarabs. Then I have 2 attacks, 4 attacks for that unit, I believe. Okay, into the Wraiths. 3s, 3 hits, and 6s. So 1 blast marker on those Wraiths. And then I've got 2 Talos attacking Wraiths as well. It's just 8 attacks in total. 3s. And that's 6. And we'll just do all of them together. I believe they need 7s. 1, 2 blast markers. So a large and a small there. Nothing crazy. Oh, yeah, and then that Talos over there. Pa-pow. Attacking the Transcendent Satan. 2 hits. And you're heavy. So I believe that's only 1. Let me check. These Scarabs here trying to murder that unit of Rax that has decided to infiltrate behind enemy lines.
We weren't done with duty yet.
They weren't in base to base with anything, so they can go and essentially. So they're basically going in there. They are still in combat with this unit over here, and then this guy is just keeping them in command, essentially.
Standing on the thing.
Standing on there so that they don't get out of command.
Scarabs on
The Scarabs. Okay, that's 4 attacks to the Scarabs. Very cool.
Needing 4s.
Okay, against infantry, they need
9s.
Okay, 9s. Nothing. Those Rax will survive, but over here, against the, which one?
Against-
Spirits here? Makes sense. 1 hit.
It's a wound.
1 blast marker on the Spirits here. Okay, so I'm activating the Poison Tongue Cabal, and I've disembarked from the Blasted Venom, and they've got within 3 inches of that objective, so 6 inches here, which means that this is contested now. That is contested as well, so nobody holds these at the moment. I hold this one, he holds this one. This is a cluster F, so we'll figure out what happens here. This one is also a cluster, so we'll figure out what happens here. But I'm trying to hold 2 and deny him from holding. And if he holds 2 and then nothing happens here. Anyway, so if he holds these 2 and then these 2 are contested, I win the draw. So it could be, here I am just doing these tactical nuances at the end of the game. But all of them are shooting into that unit of Necron warriors because I need to, if I can hold that, that would be great. Okay. I did get them out within 6 inches of my Archon, so now they get reroll 1s to hit, which is pretty cool. So, Poison Blade, hiya! Oh yes, thank you, my secondary lord. So, that's this little unit here. 5s. Nothing. Oh no. And then, oh shoot, did I roll 4 dice there?
You did.
So that'll count as that unit as well. Cool. 1 more unit over here, because I technically only have a rapid fire 1. because they're inside of transports. 2, 1 large blast marker, 1 large blast marker. Then I have 1, 2, 3 venoms, and then a 4th venom. So I'm going to do all 4 venoms into them. Needing 3s, rolling 1s. Thank you, my lord. Yeah, and then that's 10. So 10, rawr. 10 5-ups. So that'd be 1 blast marker, 2, 3. So 2 large blast markers and a small. 2 large blast markers and a small. And then 1 more venom. Hits 4 times and wounds on 5s. 1 more large and another small. So all this poison firepower, blah, 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 blah. Just trying to do as much damage as possible. And that's it for that detachment. So now I move on to my last detachment, which is the a big guy. The Revenant Titan's shooting everything into that unit of immortals in the back. Except for his missiles. I'm going to shoot the 4 missiles into your warlord. So the missiles into the warlord. 4 hits, needing 8s to do damage. Wow. Wow. 1 large and 1 small into your war master. Yeah. And then 8 shots into your Necron immortals. They all hit. And now I need 6s. Into the immortals. So 1 small, 1 small. So 1, 2, 3. So 5 blast markers. 5 blast markers from my Revenant Titan. And I'm going to do 4 attacks into your Cryptek.
All right.
On Stompy Feet. So he hits 3 times, and he needs 5s to wound your Cryptek. And he does 1 large blast marker on your Cryptek. Yeah, Stompy Stomp. I'm okay with those odds. And with that, I believe that is the end of our turn, my good man.
I believe so.
Okay, so that is the end of turn 4. What an exciting game so far. It's been crazy. It's been absolutely bonkers. We have to start. I had initiative this turn, so we have to start with super heavies. I have taken 2 large blast markers on my Revenant Titan, so needing 5s. Nope. And a morale at minus 3, so 6, he's fine. But I take 2 blast markers on him, so he is now critically wounded. Take 2 wounds. And these immortals over here, very important. Very important.
Needing 6s.
Yep. That's 5 blast markers for them.
Nope.
All 5. Do they ignore damage? They do. There's a Cryptek nearby. Dun, dun, dun.
On a bunch of 6s.
Ah, they passed. They do take 3 damage, however.
That'll kill them.
That'll get them. So I had to kill him because that's an objective secured unit. Okay, this is the big roll, folks. I get a 6-up save on these witches. Sorry, not a 6-up save. A 6-up feel no pain on these witches. If I pass it, that's an OBSEC unit, and I take that objective. Okay, will they take it? Yes! Oh. They are leadership 6, though, so I have to take a morale. Come on! Oh, look at that! Right on the edge. So they hold the line. Oh crap! Was the roll of the game?
Shucks.
Good game. That was fantastic. Because of the objective secured unit within scoring of this, because it's a battalion unit, I hold that objective. I contest this one with the racks. This one is contested regardless of what happens here. If they die, I take it. Which means I hold at least 2. I contest at least 2, which doesn't matter there. And then he holds 1, and then this one, he could either hold or contest. It doesn't matter at the end, because I'm defending, which means I do get that point, and it is a Drukhari victory. 3 points to 1. To 1.
I believe
No,
so.
was it? Yeah, it was 1. It was close, though, because if you would have gotten another one, it would have been 2 and 2, and there would have been a nail-biter on turn 5. Yeah. Those witches die. Anything. Other than that, thanks a lot for watching. Make sure you stay tuned for the post-action report. But we're really enjoying Apocalypse. It was so much fun. We'll talk all about it right after this. And that is game.
Wow.
What a fantastic game.
What an awesome slugfest that was.
I can't believe the Dark Eldar pulled that one out of their butts.
Oh, it comes down to a dice roll.
I can't believe
Comes
those
down
witches
to a
lived.
dice roll.
Like I was debating. I had a card in my hand where I could have taken that blast marker off of Lilith and put it on the witches, and then saved Lilith. However, it would have almost certainly meant the death of the witches. This is called Look Out, Sir. So you can take D3, right?
Yep.
And I decided not to, and it was all up to that one dice roll, and the witches lived.
Oh, pretty witches. Oh.
Okay, so what did you think of your first Apocalypse experience?
First Apocalypse game was amazing. Everybody, you should try it. So, I've always had this power fantasy of my Necrons just being an unkillable legion, and they go and go and go. And when we play an ITC or whatever, they get shot down to 5 guys and then fail morale and whatever. But this, I kept 100 warriors on the table for the whole stretch of the game, and they just wouldn't die, and they did a bunch of damage, and they wouldn't die, and
Necrons, I'm surprised. Like, comparison to the other battle report that I played against Imperials, I had to like triple overkill the Necrons because they had saves, and then they had saves on saves, and they had saves on saves on saves,
and then a card,
and then a card that gave you more saves.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really fun.
Yep.
Necrons, Monoliths were great.
Monoliths
That Satan
were-
shard, the Satan were really good.
Mm-hmm.
Just with like consistent damage with blast markers, like easy to place blast markers.
Yep.
Although on my end, those little units with venoms and the guys inside, that
Oh.
wins me the game.
Oh,
It's
they
won me
just-
2 out of 2 games. Those little speedy units.
Buckets of dice with when you're wounding on a 5 on a D12, you're just you're better than half the dice.
Yes.
Lots.
It is
of-
good, and that poison is great. It's
Mm-hmm.
very, like, with Dark Eldar, you're very specialized damage. Like, a lance does a lot of damage against tanks, but not
Yeah.
against infantry. And poison and disintegrators do very good against infantry, but they suck against tanks. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the game. John the Cron over here. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks,
That was
Skari.
fun. And we, actually, considering we stopped for lunch and we had some interruptions and started a little late, it lasted about 6 hours.
About 6.
Yeah, about 5.5, 6 hours.
If we had our own cards and our own decks, and we had
And we'd done it before a few times,
Yeah.
and we just go and go. I'm pretty sure we could be done. It says 5 hours to a 300 power level.
I think we could get down to about 4, I would say.
Yeah, especially when
Yeah.
you're going back and forth and if we're not filming.
Yeah. Well, if you're just playing at home, you could probably, especially later on as units start falling out of the detachments.
Yeah.
It's just like you roll, and then it's like everybody has their damage. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's really efficient. It's fun.
It's super fun,
Yeah.
right? Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'm Skari, Rifle Host,
I'm John the Cron.
and this has been another Battle Report. Bye!